empowering people through financial planning and investor management. A professional speaker and host known for his engaging style, humor, and wit, he's passionate about spreading financial literacy and inspiring people to build lasting wealth and financial freedom. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in giving a warm round of applause to our esteemed host, Mr. Deepak R. Khemani.
You know, the problem, Niti, while by having 4 decades of experiences, it makes you feel old. You know, Arey, 4 decades, wow, 40 saal, 40 years.
Yeah, and I'm
Yeah.
sure we all have a lot to learn from you.
Uh, so a very warm welcome to each and every one of you to day 2 of PowerSpeak Championship semi-finals. Yesterday, we witnessed 10 remarkable speakers who challenged our thinking, inspired our imagination, by taking us to 2050. And they painted an extraordinarily wonderful picture of India in 2020. Today, 2050, sorry. So today we are back with 10 brilliant minds who are ready to continue on that incredible journey. But before we begin, no event is complete without a great co host, and it is my absolute pleasure to share this stage with someone who brings in energy, enthusiasm, and positivity wherever she goes. Please join me in welcoming my co host for today's event, Niti Arora. She's a transformation coach. Her approach is rooted in harmony, mindfulness, and small, consistent steps that create lasting change. Let's all welcome Niti.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Deepak. Now that we both are here, there's only one thing left to do. Let's create an unforgettable day 2 of PowerSpeak Championship today together. Over the next few hours, you will witness confidence, creativity, leadership, and ideas that may shape one day our future nation. So, audience, are you excited? Type BIO in the chat. Bring it on. Let me ask you again. Are you excited?
Yes, 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 BIO, bring it on. Let's use the chat box as often as we can. And you have this emoji, reaction. There are red and yellow and colorful and different types of emojis available for all of us. Let's paint the screen, with different colors. Whenever anybody is introducing a participant, whenever any participant during their speech says something that strikes you, or it hits you, or just for an applaud, just hit the applaud icon, just hit the red, yes, the heart icon, exactly. Let's make the screen colorful so that what, the speaker also gets an idea. Yes, these guys are listening to what I am saying. Let me put in some more energy and let me get across my message even better. So audience, keep on doing this. Right. So that's the energy we were hoping for. Before we begin the competition, it's our privilege to introduce the distinguished panel who will have the responsibility of evaluating today's speakers. Their experience, expertise, and insights makes this championship truly special. Niti.
Yeah. So amongst our jury members, we have Jennifer joining us straight from UAE. She's the co host, she's the CEO of Focus Direct Management Consultants, a mentor, coach, consultant, advisor, a published author, and a producer of a documentary that's Mommy Says I Am Special. Oh my God, that's really sweet. So please join us in welcoming Jennifer with a huge round of applause.
Our second jury member is Chris Baldwin. He's joining us from Netherlands. He's an international keynote speaker, a TEDx speaker, event host, an entrepreneur, communication expert, and founder of 10x speaker. Let's welcome Chris with a huge round of virtual applause. Yeah, there
Thank
he
you.
is. Yes. Welcome back, Chris.
Yesterday was very impressive. I was very impressed. So today I'm looking forward to taking it up a notch with the next 10 speakers.
Thank you. Thank
Thank
you
you.
so
Thank
much for
you.
joining in. You know, what is important to understand is all these speakers have agreed to take time out on a Saturday and a Sunday. Just imagine spending hours in front of the screen just to evaluate all of us. So thank you, all you people, for what you are doing. Really appreciate. Niti.
Yeah. And completing our esteemed jury panel is Donna Amelia from Sweden. She's an international keynote speaker, a leadership trainer, and executive coach. Also, the managing director of EGN Singapore, Indonesia, and Malaysia. Let's welcome Donna Amelia with another virtual big round of applause.
Thank you. Hello, everyone. It's my honor to be here again. Please remember, you all are awesome. So you need to say that to yourself. You are awesome, okay? And I
Yes.
can't wait to see
Yes.
the energy and everything. You are awesome. Thank you.
Yeah. So every successful championship has someone who's working tirelessly behind the scenes to ensure that every participant has an incredible experience. Today, we'd like to acknowledge someone who has been instrumental in coordinating this entire journey. Please join us in welcoming the founder and CEO of SBY Academy, Ms. Yukti Kapoor Mendiratta. She's a Reiki master, a leadership coach, keynote speaker, international yoga teacher, sound healing practitioner, author, former Glad Rags Mrs. India, and an ex-banker turned startup mentor and a successful entrepreneur. A huge round of applause for Yukti, whose dedication, commitment, and hard work has made this championship possible.
Thank you so much. Thank you, everybody, for helping me make this dream become a reality. And now, together, I have no doubt we're going to take it a notch higher and make it a global sought after championship for all the speakers out there. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you, Yukti. And now the final moment has arrived. But before we invite our first speaker, we would like to request everyone's cooperation with simple few guidelines to ensure a smooth and enjoyable experience for all. Deepak, why don't you go ahead and
Yes, so
explain
for
the rules?
a few house rules for the audience. Please stay on mute, but keep your videos on. That means a world of a difference to our speakers to see friendly faces cheering them on and not black boxes with just a name written on it. Use reactions and emojis generously. Let's all fill the room with energy and the screen with a lot of colors. Each contestant's speech is for 7 minutes. After every speech, we'll be having an audience poll. Please participate actively in this poll. Your vote decides the Audience Choice Award, which will be announced today towards the end of the program. Vote on the content, the delivery, and overall impact, and of course, be fair. Feel free to eat or drink during the session. Stay engaged and stay hydrated too. The top 10 winners and the Audience Choice Award will be announced at the end of the event today. So once you've joined in, do not log off.
Thank you so much, Deepak. With that, let's officially begin day two of
Yeah,
PowerSpeak Championship semifinals. Now,
wonderful. Thank you. Thank you so much. But before we invite our first speaker, let's know our audience a little bit better. We'll play a small, activity, a small game where we'll come to know and learn a little bit more from all of you. So let's do this. Raise your virtual hand if you've ever forgotten your speech midway. Yes, so many people raising their hand. It happens with all of us, whether it's a first time thing or whether you are experienced for decades. There will always be times when this happens to all of us. It means that all our speakers today are amongst friends. My next question to you is, and this is an answer you will type in the chat box, which is that one quality that impresses you most about a speaker? And you can use your imagination, you can use whatever words you like. One quality that impresses you most. Connection, emotional connect, okay, wonderful. Energy, connection, okay. Confidence, right? Clarity, emotions, impact, wonderful. Audience reaction, yeah, okay. Primrose, reliability, influencing, authenticity with intention. Archana, wonderful. Thank you, everyone who is replying back. It means a lot to everyone. One more question for all of us to answer and type back in the chat. A great speaker always dash. A great speaker always serves, inspires, adds value, wonderful, engages, is a great listener, has poise, puts their audience first, wonderful, impact, has energy, listens, creates impact. Yes, wonderful, great, interesting responses. But, you know, a great speaker, chances are, will have all these qualities. So whenever you are listening to a great speech, you'll find them inspiring, you'll find them, you know, establishing connection. They will reach out to each and every member audience, and you know, you will feel like this guy is speaking to me. This is my story, I felt this before. Yeah. My next question is a multiple choice question, and you will have to answer by typing 1, 2, or 3. So the first question is, what is most important to you? How people say, what they say, or both? So the first is what people say, how they say it, or both. So everyone says 3, 3. Preeti says 1. Yes, 3, both, both, 3, 3. Wonderful, 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 wonderful. It's so, you know, I'm really, really happy at the way the audience is engaging with what is going on. So let's do one thing. Let me invite Neeti and let's introduce our first speaker. Neeti, are you ready? Yes, you
Yes,
are unmuted.
absolutely. You know what,
Yes.
Deepak? Every speaker today carries a unique vision. Some are going to challenge your thinking, some are going to
Yes.
inspire us, and some might even surprise us. So,
Yeah.
for that, let's welcome our 11th semi finalist, who happens to be Mr. PC Upadhyay. He's a seasoned hydropower professional with 27 plus years of planning, designing, and executing large scale hydroelectric projects. A civil engineer with a master's in hydraulics from Delhi College of Engineering. He serves as general manager at NHPC, currently on deputation in Bhutan. Beyond engineering, he's a passionate lover, nature lover, and a lifelong learner who believes growth begins with curiosity. And there's a fun fact about him. Whether in the hills or on stage, PC finds inspiration in thoughtful conversations and nature's quiet lessons. So please put your hands together for PC Upadhyay.
Yeah, just a minute. Good evening, respected jury members, MCs, Coach Yukti, and dear friends. We all love to have fanciful, wonderful dreams, don't we? I remember in my childhood, when I used to share or narrate my dreams to my parents, they used to say one thing, dreams amount to nothing if they are not backed by meaningful action. However, dreams are important in the sense that they widen your perspective and help you achieve your true potential. So, I invite you all to share a vision, a meaningful one for my beloved country, India, at 2050. Well, what do you think, friends, that a country of the size, the vastness, and diversity of the scale of India, continent in itself, of home to 1.4 billion people, what should it dream about? Is it the vision should be about being the richest country in the world? Should it be about being a great military superpower or a great manufacturing hub or being among the top economics of the world? Friends, all these goals and visions are worthwhile. But please take a pause and look around the world we are in. There are many countries who already have many of these goals achieved. They are wealthy, they are powerful. Still, what we are seeing is there's fierce fighting going in for land, oil, wealth. Have they achieved the peace? Have they become free from conflict, unrest, or inequality? I don't want a vision like this for my country. So, as a person who has been part of the India's growth story for the last about 3 decades in the sector of green power development, I present my vision for my country, not in terms of fancy GDP numbers or in terms of huge military power, but in terms of well-being of its people. So, I want my country to top the Human Development Index, currently from 134th rank to the top 10. I want my country to beat the Global Hunger Index from 111th position to the top 10. That will mean removing the starvation and the poverty and ensuring that nobody goes to bed with empty stomach. I want my country to improve its ranking in the Corruption Perception Index, currently at 85th rank, again to the top tier. I want it. I want my country to go high on the Sustainable Development Goal Index from 94th rank to the top. Friends, these are not just statistics. They will mean a lot to be done on the ground. So, in simple words, my vision for my country, India, is that it becomes the most livable, comfortable, and lovable place on the earth. The country which has clean air, safe water, and green cities no longer as luxuries but as basic rights. A country which offers quality education to every child, regardless of its background. An accessible and affordable healthcare for all. A country where there is zero tolerance for corruption and 100% for accountability. A country which is rooted in its timeless wisdom and ancient heritage. A country where modern, sustainable cities coexist with nature without damaging it. A country, in India, that inspires trust and cooperation with its neighbors. Friends, well, these are the visions which are achievable. However, they will need us to make smart choices on our way to 2050. So we need to make our choices whether we want indiscriminate development as we have witnessed, or we go for sustainable development. The citizens have to choose whether they will prioritize need or endless greed. As we say that Earth has everything sufficient for the need of everyone, but insufficient for the greed of even a single person. We have to decide whether we are ready to collaborate with our partners or compete endlessly for supremacy. Our country, does it want to dominate our neighbors and partners or to win trust for a mutually beneficial relationship? Will it be a race to supremacy, or will it have the focus on dignity and equality? So, my vision for my country, for being a peaceful, self-reliant, and inclusive India, is where the needs of all are met, the greed of excess is cut, the doors of corruption are shut, and respect for environment is a must. And it will need the power of 3 C's, the clarity of vision, the courage to implement it, and the commitment to bring it to the ground. And last not the least, remember, this is one world, one family. So there can be only one victory. That will need the synergy in the vision of India and the vision of the world. Only then we can achieve our vision of a peaceful, self-reliant, and inclusive India along with the world at 2050. Thank you very much.
Wonderful. Let's all give a huge round of applause to PC, our first speaker today. What I will do is I will bring on a poll on your screen, and I request everyone to participate wholeheartedly so that we get help in deciding who is going to get the Speaker's Choice Award. Until our poll comes up.
The audience, you have to be really generous, because it takes a lot of courage for a speaker to come here on stage and speak his heart out.
Yeah.
And the poll is here.
Wonderful. The enthusiasm of the crowd is great. Yeah, 28% of the audience has already participated. Wonderful. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you to everyone who participated. Yeah. If you haven't, please join in. And yes. Okay. Thank you, everyone. Our poll for PC is done. And let's welcome our second speaker. But even before that, if you have joined us since yesterday, one hallmark of all our speakers has been this: all of them have ended on time. That is the first quality. So the PC is, the poll is back again on your screen. If you, poll ended, I'll take this back. Okay, let's see. Everyone has ended on time. That's the hallmark of a great speaker, because once you are up on stage, you use your allotted time and see to it that nobody else who's following you loses their time. So congratulations, PC, and let's bring on the next speaker. Who do we have next? Yes. There she is, Richa Agarwal. Our second speaker is Richa, who is the founder and CEO of Image 360 by Richa. She's a professional speaker, communication and public speaking coach, internationally certified image consultant, soft skills trainer, and a career strategist. Over 10 years, she's coached 12,000 plus clients, has run 500 plus workshops, facilitated 100 plus events, And she recently won the Outstanding Performer Award in Public Speaking by Language Wale. Fun fact, Richa's happy place is learning something new every day. She lives by Kaizen, the Japanese philosophy of continuous improvement. Let's all welcome Richa Agarwal. Richa, the stage is all yours.
Thank you. Am I audible? All right. Every masterpiece begins with a blank canvas. Today, let's explore India's canvas. Now, what the canvas portrays is a black and white map of India. But let's look beyond black and white. The year 2050 is radiating with colors, telling all of us that add your own colors. That is India 2050, a masterpiece in progress. Hello, everyone. Today, I bring to you the canvas of India 2050, a canvas that comes alive, not with one single color, but with a spectrum of colors. Because every color on the palette of India 2050 adds a powerful meaning, a unique story, and a shared mission. Mission to make a difference. So, audience, the canvas is all set. The colors are ready to come alive. Today, I use 3 colors, one mission to paint the masterpiece India 2050. The first color that I add is color red. Why red? Because red stands for power and action. As my brush touches the canvas comes alive. And what I see is absolutely unbelievable. I'm standing in the red planet Mars in the year 2050. My heart skips the beat. And the only question that comes to my mind, will I survive? But the next moment, everything changes. I see Mars colonies that has been stretched across the horizons, thriving greenhouses, water being sourced from ice, and people from all over the world walking freely without space suits. Is that for real? Out of curiosity, I asked Martian that was passing by, how is life possible on planet Mars? To which the Martian replied, thanks to Indian Research Center, where science made impossible possible. Now, audience, ask yourself, do you want to paint India that leads with global mission? On my canvas, India leads with global mission through science. That is India 2050, powered by global leadership. The second color that I choose is color blue. Why blue? Because blue stands for intelligence and trust. As my blue brush touches the canvas comes alive. And what I see is absolutely incredible. I'm standing in the classroom of 2050. No blackboards, no textbooks, just gigantic interactive touch screens in front of every student. The student taps the screen and I hear a friendly voice. Hello, I am your AI learning companion. What would you like to learn today? To which the student responded about the ocean. Immediately, immersive learning mode was activated and everything changed. The classroom disappeared. The students were inside the oceans, beneath the oceans, and there was a magical underwater that was displayed. There were colorful corals all over. Dolphins were playfully moving around the students. Schools of vibrant fish glide by, and pearl oysters and starfish lay on the bed. The students were not learning, they were a part of it. So our audience, ask yourself, do you want to paint India where learning unlocks infinite possibilities? On my canvas, India learns through trusted AI companion, automated systems, and smart solutions. That is AI powered, that is India 20 powered by innovation and technology. The third color now that I choose is color green. Why green? Because green stands for sustainability and harmony. When my green brush touches the canvas comes alive. And what I see is absolutely breathtaking. I'm in the city of India 2050. There is fresh air, the sky looks crystal clear, electrical vehicles that is gliding silently, airports flying seamlessly in the sky, and skyscrapers having vertical forests, blooming with vertical forests, where nature and development exist in harmony. Out of curiosity, I asked the gentleman over there, how can a city be so beautiful without losing nature? To which the gentleman answered, because we do not choose between nature and development, we choose both. Now, audience, ask yourself this question. Would you like to lead India where both nature and development thrive? On my canvas, India is one where coexists with eco-smart cities and renewable energy. That is India 2050, powered by sustainability. I choose three colors because that is what India I had envisioned: strong, sustainable, and smart. But you know, the canvas is still empty. Why? Because India cannot be painted with one hand. It has to be painted with 1.4 billion hands. So add your color. And next time, instead of asking, what will India look like in 2050? Ask yourself this question: what color can I add in 2026 to create a better India 2050? As Mahatma Gandhi rightly said, the future depends on what we do in the present. Thank you, everyone.
Wonderful, wonderful, Richa. Again, all our speakers are sticking to that timeline. Wonderful. Congratulations, Richa. Let's bring on your poll and let's help the audience decide who is going to be getting the Audience Speakers Award. There is the poll right in front of you, dear audience. Take time out and vote for her. Wonderful. In less, I have, for whatever reason, the poll gets stopped early.
Yes, I think we should relaunch. Let's relaunch the poll.
Let's relaunch this poll. So, okay, let's redo this. There it is. Your poll is there for Richa. Do vote for her.
I'm unable to vote.
So many reactions to your speech, Richa. Wonderful reactions from the audience.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Yes, yes, yes. Okay, the poll is live and I will close it in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And there, the poll ends. Thank you, everybody, for taking time out to poll and select your speaker, your favorite speaker. Let's bring out our next speaker. Our next speaker is Hina Azad. She is the founder of FINER, Finer, and brings over a decade of experience in people enablement. Wow. An engineer by qualification, She's passionate about creating spaces
Oh,
where like-minded individuals come together to exchange ideas, inspire one another, and grow. A pageant winner and a theater artist at heart, Hina combines creativity, leadership, and a love for literature to empower people through authentic expression. A fun fact about Hina, she's a devoted animal lover, and her beloved pet, Casper, is her 32nd pet, a testament to her lifelong compassion for animals. Let's welcome Hina. The stage is all yours.
Thank you. As a docent and the curator of Museum of 2050, I, Hina Azad, welcome you all on the finale of the last exhibits that mark some of the most crucial moments of the Indian history and mankind. As you look at this exhibit number 1, this is called The Last Child. Why was this exhibit named so? Because it beautifully captured the moment when the last Indian child coming from the village of Rameshwaram touched the screen and became Made India digitally empowered. This moment was as iconic as man landing on the moon, the first step and completion of digital learning of India. The iconic FIFA, oh please, the world always assumed that India was not ready for the sports and we proved them all wrong when India lifted cup. But this time it was not the trophy for cricket. We made it to the football. And what iconic is, this exhibit tells in detail about the journey of how the Indian players started from a very simple academy to making it on the global platform, of what it takes, sheer will, the management, the craziness of that happens to make a dream come true and becomes a national passion. India lifts World Cup. And the last but the most important thing, the day India exported hope. As you look at this extremely interesting exhibit of the Museum 2050, I take it immense pride to tell you that this particular image reflects of our contributions in the field of fashion, in the fields of sustainability, in the field of hydrogen power. We talk about what technology did India give to the world, and this was not only about the intellectual minds, but we gave world hope that we can all happily coexist, though we aim for the Mars, but we can happily coexist on this very planet. Now, let me take you to the final exhibit of 2050 Museum, the empty frame. And many a times when the participants step in, they ask, and when the people come and they ask, why is this frame left empty? Well, we honor this frame for every generation that believes in choosing responsibility over chaos, that takes the courage to build the nation, and everything every citizen has ever done. And since the family till 2050 has been so big and so long that we decided to honor it by an empty frame. However, as a curator and as a custodian of history, if you really look at the plaque put below it, it says 2026, the PowerSpeak Championship, which was themed India 2050. Interestingly, back in 2026, a group of people decided to envision the future of India. And it was considered as one of the 1,000 remarkable movements that was taking place internally, where ideas were getting discussed and seeds of future were being germinated. Interesting, isn't it? No history has it, but we know it happened. And that's the kind of future I look forward to step into. Ladies and gentlemen, I take huge pride in inviting and telling that we today are building 2026. Look at this very room. We have minds from UAE, the pioneering future of smart cities and global commerce. We have minds. We have our judge representing the Netherlands, bringing the culture that speaks of sheer engineer and creating a whole new world out of sea just by sheer sustainability. And if that was not all, there is a representative of Singapore, masterclass in clean, hyper-effective system governance. That is not all. We have people, you all distinguished, representing your own aura and smartness. So today, when I stand, I'm not here to paint a chaotic picture of what India would be, but I'm here to tell you that India is way more, and there is a whole lot of civilization goes below the layer. And let's just focus upon 2026. So let me talk about to Donna. Donna, you represent Singapore. You come from Singapore, which is known for a highly effective system. But imagine if there is no system. Should that stop innovation, learning, and discovery? It shouldn't, right? And that's what the children 16 years old did. Avian, Ariana, and Vivian from Jaipur have won the Earth Prize 2026 because they successfully created plastic. What is plastic? It's a tamarind. It's an agricultural waste tamarind product which is used not only to bind microplastics from water but also to extract it. Incredible innovation with no electricity, no chemicals. Chris, you bring a lot of the engineer sustainability of Netherlands is well known for the world. Tell me what it happens when we combine deep moral spine with raw, unfiltered grassroots intellect. Well, let me give you an example. We win WSIS Award 2026 and become the first nation to do so from India. Why? Because our project of Samrid Gram gets recognized. What did it do differently? Well, it deployed deep technology, digital public infrastructure into the mud itself. How did it help? It enabled the farmers to have the decentralized access to the credits. And not only that, they also got the access to smart agricultural networks. If that was not all, Jennifer, let me take the scale to you. We are not just here talking about laboratories, discoveries, and technology. The Indian youth is challenging world on every platform. We are talking about Rahul Mishra presenting haute couture on this Paris Fashion Week. We are talking about India launching just yesterday, launching its first orbital, privately developed first orbital rocket that makes India the third country in the world and the only third country in the world to have privately developed orbital launch capabilities. Isn't that incredible? So if you tell me today, what do I envision of India 2050 is another question. I envision that 2050 is not a museum that we are waiting to build. I believe that we are already in making. The question stays simple. What role are we playing? So I'll leave you with three actions. First, understand that we have to use our technology wisely so that it does not manipulate our decisions but empowers us. Second, we develop our character because character of a country is beyond any economy, is beyond any innovation. And thirdly, we become fit because only a fit nation, be it physically, mentally, spiritually, or emotionally, becomes a hit nation. If you pledge to bring India 2050 on the platter, I tell you, you will be one of the people who are responsible for one exhibit in the future Hall of Fame of 2050 India. Thank you.
Wonderful, Hina, wonderful. You know, you made it feel that 2050 is not 24 years away, but it is very, very close by. Great speech, Hina. What do you say, Niti?
Absolutely, Deepak. I was amazed by the museum visit. And you know what? It's really nice to see that all the speakers here are putting a special, thought about sustainability, which is the call for time right now.
Yes. So let me, get the poll running for Hina. Request the audience to vote for her. How did you like her speech and all the other parameters? That's Hina's poll for you right on your screen. %62% of the audience, 64 have already participated. Thank you. Come on, others. What are y'all doing? Come on, join in. Yay, 66. Yes. And we will have the poll closing in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's it. The poll has ended. Thank you, everybody, for sharing your choices, answering the questions. And let's run to our next speaker. Let's bring her on screen. We have Vandana Som Arora, who's our next speaker for today. She's a senior vice president at one of India's leading private sector banks. With nearly 3 decades of experience, 25 years in retail banking, she's led branches driven product management, and enhanced service excellence, earning a reputation for resilience, leadership, and customer centricity while staying deeply committed to mentoring others. A fun fact about Vandana: she's a passionate painter and a dedicated teacher of Brahma Vidya. Vandana helps children cultivate right breathing and right thinking while expressing her own creativity through art. I'm sure she'll touch upon all these aspects in her speech. Over to you, Vandana. That stage is yours for the next 7 minutes.
Thank you so much, and good evening, everyone. When the world looks at India today, it sees a nation who is already in the top 3 for global growth. This is not just statistics. It shows the speed, energy, and the possibility of a country moving into future with confidence. But pause for a moment and ask yourself, by 2050, will India be simply bigger or will it be better? Will we just grow or will we truly transform? I believe that the journey of India to 2050, it rests on 3 great pillars: economic leadership, social equity and sustainability, and cultural and global influence. These are the pillars that will define who we become. Economic leadership, it will take us from just being a global leader into becoming an innovation of hub innovation and possible into entrepreneurship, innovation, and digital transformation. By 2050, India, it is projected to be a $30 trillion economy with nearly 1.7 billion citizens and over 1 billion internet users. Growth will not just be measured in numbers. It will be in the opportunities created for every citizen. Imagine a country where startups, digital platforms, and technological innovations, it will drive prosperity and lifting hundreds of millions of citizens out of poverty and increasing the per capita income above global average. Social equity with sustainability, it will ensure that the progress, it is shared fairly and equally. By 2070, India has committed to carbon neutrality, and by 2030, it aims to achieve 500 gigawatts of solar capacity. By mid-century, renewable energy, it will supply approximately 75% of our electricity. Now, this is not just development. It is dignity, inclusion, and sustainability all woven together. Imagine our villages powered with solar grids. Imagine cities breathing clean air. And women and men leading equally across every sector. The cultural and global influence, it will allow India's heritage to continue influencing humanity. By 2050, India's share of global GDP, it could rise to 20%, taking us beyond just being an economic power into being a voice for peace, fairness, and sustainability. India's influence It will extend beyond economics into ideas, values, and compassion that bridges divides across nation. I often think of India as a banyan tree. Its roots are ancient, deep, and unshakable. Its branches, they spread outward, offering shade, shelter, and strength. Every day morning, I go to water a banyan tree near my home. And as I pour water at its roots, I'm reminded that nurturing India's future, it is just like nurturing that tree. It grows taller, stronger, and more generous only when we take care of it today. Each drop of water, it feels like a choice we make now, which is small in the moment, but it is very vital for the future. India has already proven resilience. With demographic strength, renewable energy leadership, and technological innovations, India's trajectory is not just hopeful, but it is achievable. It is very much achievable only if we act wisely now. And so, when I imagine India in 2050, I see that banyan tree whose roots remain strong, whose branches stretch wide, and whose shade it shelters the world. This vision is only achievable if we all, each one of us, water the tree today with choices of sustainability, equity, and innovation. So let us be the generation that plants, waters, and protects the seeds of progress. India 2050 is not a distant horizon. It is a sum total of what we all do today. So let us be the voices that demand fairness. Let us be the hands that build innovation. And let us be the hearts that carry compassion. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Vandana. That was an amazing speech. And the way you contrasted it with the banyan tree, that really, impressed me, and I'm sure all of the audience here.
Indeed, Neeti, the banyan tree was a great metaphor. Let me introduce her poll. Yes.
Audience, please be generous and vote for Vandana.
Yeah.
And all the efficient speakers.
There you have the poll for Vandana. Go ahead. Wow, 54% have already participated. We have a really enthusiastic audience, and thank you for being that. Well done, audience. Really appreciate what you are doing. And we close the poll in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Thank you, everyone who participated. Thank you, Vandana, for your speech. Neeti, let's bring on our next speaker.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Deepak. The stage is all set. The audience is ready. And our next speaker is also ready. Let's bring on Ameya Pradhan. He's known as the Adversity Champion. He's an action coach, certified business coach, and a certified executive life coach who has turned life's toughest challenges into a blueprint for human potential. He's a survivor of a double bomb blast and a brain stroke. Oh, he embodies resilience and an unbreakable mindset. Today, empowering business owners and executives to overcome mental and strategic barriers and lead with confidence. And here's a fun fact about him. Ameya's greatest achievement isn't surviving adversity, it's transforming every setback into a chance to inspire others to unlock their fullest potential. Let's welcome Ameya Pradhan. You have to unmute yourself, Ameya. I think he's not able to unmute.
Yes,
Got it.
done,
I
done.
was saying the host is not allowing you to. All right. Thank you so much for that wonderful introduction. What if India becomes the world's largest economy, but also becomes the world's most emotionally exhausted nation? What if we build smarter cities, but weaker families? What if our artificial intelligence becomes the extraordinary intelligence that we all think about, but our human intelligence loses compassion? Namaste, everyone. I am Ameya Pradhan, an Action Coach certified business coach. When we speak about India in 2050, we usually talk about GDP, technology, infrastructure, defense, and innovation. While these are all important, but they are only the fruit. Very few people ask a more fundamental question. What kind of human beings will be living in India in 2050? Because every problem humanity struggles with today has one common origin, not in technology, not in politics, not in economics. It begins in the human mind. Greed creates corruption, hatred creates violence, fear creates conflict. Before every crisis outside us, there is a crisis within us. History has shown us this time and again. The mighty Yadava dynasty, yes, the same dynasty which had Lord Krishna, the world teacher, as its head. They were amongst the most prosperous, powerful people of their time. They had wealth, influence, military strength, and the guidance of the God himself. From the outside, they looked invincible. But success slowly became arrogance. Humility disappeared. Discipline weakened. And eventually, they turned against each other and destroyed themselves. No invading army defeated them. They collapsed from within. Whether you see this as history, mythology, or philosophy, the lesson is timeless. Civilizations are not destroyed first by external enemies. They are weakened by internal decline. And this is why my vision for India in 2050 is different. I don't dream only of an economically developed India. I dream of a spiritually evolved India, a nation where every citizen lives by timeless human values. When I researched scriptures, looked around what people have been sharing from past and present on world peace from ancient times, even as recent as today morning, I believe those values can be captured into 5 simple principles. Here, I would like to acknowledge the contribution of my spiritual teacher who made this really easy for me to understand. I come from the land of Maharashtra, the land of sons, and the land of Shivaji Maharaj. And I discovered that these 5 principles were applied by the great Maratha king to build a dynasty that outlived him. It starts with loving kindness and non-injury. When Shivaji Maharaj conquered Kalyan, the daughter-in-law of the defeated governor was presented before him as a prize of war. In those days, this was considered normal. But Shivaji Maharaj rejected it completely. He honored her as a mother and ensured she was escorted back safely with dignity and respect. That single act demonstrated that true strength is not the power to dominate. It is the power to protect, to preserve, to provide. Imagine in India where strength is measured not by how many people we can defeat, but by how many lives we can uplift. Then comes generosity and non-stealing. Maharaj never built a powerful kingdom, but while he built it for the powerful kingdom, he never treated as his personal property. The wealth collected belonged to the people. His officers were expected to account for every resource. He believed that a ruler is a trustee, not an owner. Imagine if every business leader, every politician, and every public servant adopted this one belief. Then comes honesty. Not merely speaking the truth, but seeing reality clearly and expressing it with courage. Every great civilization is built on one visible foundation. It's trust. Trust in its leaders, in its institutions, in one another. Shivaji Maharaj understood this better than most. After he was, put behind bars by Aurangzeb, despite the commitment, and he was humiliated by him, at that moment Shivaji Maharaj had had made a choice. He did not allow another man's dishonesty to define his own character. He chose otherwise. With extraordinary courage and brilliance, he escaped from Agra, but he never allowed betrayal to become an excuse for abandoning his own values. This is the deeper meaning of honesty. Our integrity should never depend on someone else's behavior. Because when our word becomes trustworthy, trust becomes our greatest currency. And trust is the foundation upon which great nations are built. The fourth principle is where we find the mantra for success: constancy of aim and effort. As a young boy of 16 at Raireshwar, Shivaji Maharaj took an oath to establish Swarajya. To most people, it sounded impossible. He faced defeats, he lost forts, he lost trusted companions. He was surrounded by enemies far more powerful than him. Yet he never abandoned the great vision. Because nations are not built by occasional bursts of brilliance. They are built by ordinary people who remain committed to an extraordinary purpose. And finally, moderation and non-excessiveness. Despite becoming the Chhatrapati, Maharaj never allowed luxury to become his purpose. He understood that greatest victory is not over any other kingdom, it's over one's own desires. Because a person who cannot control himself can never truly lead others. Friends, these 5 principles are not ancient ideals. They are future technologies for human consciousness. Loving kindness, generosity, honesty, constancy, and moderation. Imagine if these values become a part of our schools, our homes, our businesses, and our leadership. Then by 2050, India will offer the world something far greater than economic power. It will offer moral leadership. The world is already ready with a lot of powerful nations, right? What it desperately needs is a nation that reminds humanity how to live. So when someone asks me, what do you see for India in 2050? My answer is simple. A nation where prosperity is guided by compassion, where success is grounded in integrity, where leadership is measured by service. Because the greatest contribution India can make to the world is not just a stronger economy, it's stronger human beings. And when we build stronger human beings, we don't just transform India, we transform humanity. Jai Hind and thank you.
Jai Hind, Ameya, what a wonderful speech. You know, we were floating right up in the air and then you brought us back to ground, back to touch with reality. What say, Niti?
Yes, absolutely. The talk of Shivaji Maharaj and his courage and what a wonderful leader he was brought really, goosebumps to me.
Yeah.
And now, as we get ready for the polls, audience, please do justice with all the speakers and cast your best vote.
Yes, there it is on your screen. Go ahead. Wonderful. It's 13 seconds and 46% of the people have already participated. 53%. Wonderful. Keep going, audience. What a great speech it was. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, everyone, for participating. We still have a few seconds to go, and we will close this poll in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Thank you, everyone, for participating. You know, Niti, in
Yes.
no time,
Yeah.
in no time, half of today's speakers have already given their speeches. We've lost that connection with time. We don't even know that we are already 1 hour into the show. Tell me, how do you feel?
Absolutely amazing, Deepak. I already feel that I am in India 2050.
Yes.
The vision shared by all the speakers is outstanding.
Yeah. So what happens is, yesterday, Yukti, Coach Yukti, had a one-to-one conversation with 2 members of our jury. Today, after this speech by Ameya, let's bring on Yukti to have a conversation with the 3rd member of our jury. Let's listen to the questions she asked and the answers Donna gives to that. Let's see what's going on. Let's have the spotlight on Yukti, please. There she is.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Deepak and Neeti. You are so right. We are in the middle of day 2 and it just didn't feel that way. How many of you agree? Give me agree in the chat. Did the last 1 hour just fly? It flew for me. Before we started, we were already here right in the middle of it. Isn't it, Donna?
Oh my God, yes, and I am loving it. And I agree that, like listening to it, I already imagining, wow, if only this vision 2050, listened by everyone in the whole India, right? And then inspire everybody and inspire all the politicians and so on and so forth. Wow. And everybody take charge in making it come true. What a beautiful things, right? That we planted as the seed, to make the 2050 like reality. That will be amazing to me.
Absolutely. In fact, I'm thinking each speaker should take it upon themselves to get the video of your speech from us and put it out on LinkedIn. Put it out to share your views because these are phenomenal thoughts. I was actually expecting a lot of dope on AI and technology. And, we're talking morality, we're talking spirituality. These are real lessons. We work in the space of spiritual leadership. And I see this work becoming more and more important as our speakers are emphasizing on the need to become better humans than to have better technology. So well said, Donna. And I think that's where what you are an expert at becomes even more important, helping people become more resilient, right? That is a preparation which needs to happen before it's needed. You can't develop resilience when you need it. You need to work on being resilient. So when crisis hits you, which doesn't necessarily mean, something earth shattering, but when the plans are not as per what we think, it could be a crisis, right? When we don't get the support we need or the results we desire, it could be a crisis. And in every such situation, to go down a little bit. And then we need to, instead of falling on the floor, we need to fall on a trampoline and come back up like that, which is what
Absolutely.
resilience looks like to me. So I would love to know from you, is this something one can prepare for, or is it something that's just built into someone's personality?
I believe one thing that is very important to build resilience is understanding your North Star, your purpose in life, your purpose in what you wanted to convey. Why, at the first place, you wanted to be a speaker? What is your North Star? Because when you know that, regardless what happened to you, you will go straight. You will go towards your destination. That's very important. That's resilient. Let me tell you a little bit the story of myself. People
Sure.
see me like, oh, I saw her on TV every day. She's an actress, singer, TV presenter, DJ, entrepreneur, speaker, and so on. Little people know that I was born in the bamboo house in Indonesia. No electricity. I often eating with only rice and salt when I was a child. But I have a really big vision since I was a child. I want to make my parents happy, bring them from poverty to have a better life. So that's my guiding light. And I even make the acronym of my name, DONA, stands for Dreams, Opportunity, Never Give Up, Action. So when you have nothing, everybody have what? You can have a dreams. And your dreams belongs to you. I have a dream since I was a child. I want to make my parents happy, see the world, even when I have nothing. When I was living in a bamboo house, I already have that dreams. And I live with the purpose that I want. So then, regardless what happened to me, I keep in the steadfast. So once you have dreams, you make it come true by all opportunity. You find the opportunity to reach your dreams, right? Don't give up. That's why the next word is N, never give up. Because as a speaker, as me, coming from showbiz to becoming entrepreneur, to becoming a speaker and so on, oh my God, one time I'm on TV, they don't know it's 20 rejection in the casting. And so many speakers now, maybe to get one paid speeches, they need to have 20 or maybe 30 or 10, the one that is promotion pro bono, right? But don't give up because life is never easy. That's resilience is all about. That's why the N is never give up. And then A stands for action. Your action, when you get that opportunity, do it 200%. That's resilience is all about. What I mean with 200%, right? So for example, you all, when you do these speeches, right, I have another methodology called 4PE. The first P is pray. Whatever you wanted to do in life, start with praying. Center yourself, like really asking for blessing from the loved one and so on. The next P is preparation. Preparation needs to be from A to Z, including what is the plan A, B, C. If let's say something happened on your Zoom, what you gonna do? If let's say your presentation not gonna break down or something happened, what you gonna do? You need to prepare that as well. The next P is to practice. Practice in your head, practice to speak in the camera, in front of the mirror, and so on. Practice, 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 and then the next P is perform. Be there, give your best, and like be present, like giving all out. And then once you do all the 4P, then E, evaluate, evaluation. So you can evaluate yourself, but your evaluation coming from the stage where you are very grateful because you do all the P. You pray already, you prepare, you perform, and then you practice already. You need to be grateful that, give a pat on yourself like, hey, you do well. Because sometimes it's not only like our effort, but God is also there to decide what is the result. That's why it's resilient, right? So then, of course, during that evaluation stage, you can see which one you can improve, which one you need to really avoid, or maybe you need to keep, and so on. So to me, resilient is starting by having a dream and a vision, have a clear purpose, right? Find the opportunity, never give up, and do the action 200% by doing those 4 PE. That's resilient is all about. Because life is never gonna easy, but when you know your North Star, you will never give up and you will get there regardless.
So well said. How did you pack so much value in less than 10 minutes? I don't know. But I mean, I think everyone needs to go back to the recording and listen to you once again, because that made so much sense. While you were explaining what resilience means, you've also helped people understand how to work on developing resilience. I love the fact that if you remember our North Star, we just get that strength to stay on track and do what we need to do. Right. So I think the dream that I have is to make people believe that everybody's a good person. When I say that to people, I believe everybody's a good person. They say, oh my God, no, that's a fool's paradise. People are this and people are that. And that's the reason why I chose to work on people, like their spirituality and their goodness, and making them believe that that goodness is within, no matter how people see you and what they see of you. And when we focus on that and make our purpose to be a better me, it just automatically converts the whole world into a better world where everybody is a good person, which is true. And I believe it. I just want people to see that about themselves. And that's when they'll be able to see each other that way. And it will not be a fool's paradise. It'll become a real paradise, isn't it? Yeah.
Yes, couldn't agree more. I believe that's what we need to do. We believe everybody is good because we can see all the beauty in every person and so on, right? And if we choose to see that way, we can see the beauty. Like I see you, Yukti, you're so gorgeous, beautiful, long hair and so on. So many things that I can tell good things about you. And if every single person just focus on that, isn't the world becoming a beautiful place? And guess what? Just like a little smile from you also can mean the world to people. Maybe the person who you smiling to, like having a bad day or in a very terrible state, but seeing you smile and give them a small little compliment, it's gonna change the world. And I believe, compassion, empathy, love, kindness is beautiful. And that's resilience is all about. It's not only about ourselves. How can we contribute to others, right? To others people's life, because maybe they are in the bottom of their lives, but how can you contribute to their resilience, not only our resilience? That's what I think.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Very well said. And I can just see how much you feel it. You've lived it, Donna. You are a role model in terms of what resilience means and looks like, right? So thank you for sharing your inspiring story. I think coming from where you are, if you've made it to, where we see you to be, everything is possible. Anything is possible, as long as
Yes,
we know how to bounce back. So I think what we need to remember
absolutely.
is, Donna, and
Mhm.
what we need to remember are the 4 Ps that you have
Yes,
shared with us.
yes,
Yeah,
just
thank you so
let
much.
me
Yeah,
Yes,
go
yes.
ahead.
Just let me recap one more time. DONA stands for dreams, opportunity, never give up, action. And regardless what is your background, it did not determine your future. If I can go this far, everyone can, like fly much, 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 much higher. Everyone can reach this India 2050, with that kind of ability, that kind of belief, that kind of mindset and mentality. And remember, when you want to succeed, you need to do the 4 PE. Pray, prepare, and then
Practice,
practice, perform,
perform.
and evaluate. Yes, thank you.
Lots of love, Donna. We love
Love,
you.
love,
Thank you
love,
so much for
love,
being
love, love.
Donna.
Thank
Thank you.
you.
Thank
Over
you
to you,
so
Deepak
much.
and Neeti.
Thank you so much, Yukti and Dona. What a powerful motivational message you had there. Audience, are you taking your notes or not?
whether they are taking notes or not, every audience member needs to give a heart.
Yes.
Click on that react and just press on that red heart. We need to see the screen full of hearts from what Donna has said. She's shared her journey of being born in an hut, in a bamboo hut, to where she is today. And what a wonderful point about knowing your North Star. Everything else follows. Once you know where you want to go, that's what will determine your journey. Wonderful conversation, Yukti. Thank you, Donna,
Thank you.
for sharing your experience and your wisdom. Halfway through the program today, if you thought the first half was inspiring, wait till you listen to what's coming up next. We've got 5 more speakers, 5 more powerful ideas, and perhaps the finalist of this program is just a few moments away. Let's continue this incredible journey and welcome our next speaker. Let's bring them on. We have Raksha Kapoor. Raksha Kapoor is a communication coach, an entrepreneur, a Bharatnatyam artist, and a storyteller. After starting her career at Goldman Sachs, she's turned into an entrepreneur leading the Clarity Circle, helping leaders communicate with confidence and clarity, and running Paper Play, a branding and a social media agency. Her mission, helping people express themselves authentically and leave a lasting impression. Fun fact about Raksha: she's a passionate Bharatnatyam artist and believes that discipline and expressive power of dance have shaped her leadership and her communication style. I'm sure she will touch upon Bharatnatyam and that in her speech. Over to you, Raksha. The stage is all yours.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for that introduction. Ta kuchanaku cham chanaku khimaku ta tatum takatiku kratakatarikata tom ta tatum takatiku kratakatarikata tom ta tajam takatiku kratakatarikata tom tam. That rhythm was about 2000 years old, and yet somehow it is still very relevant today. Namaste everyone. I'm Raksha Kapoor. I am an entrepreneur, a communication and body language specialist, and a Bharatanatyam dancer. My India 2020 is culturally proud, traditionally rooted, and spiritually elevated. Now, this is not a dream or an absurd concept. This is not. The ball is rolling. We are already getting there. And there is evidence, and I'm going to present it. But let's take some steps back. When India became independent in 1947, we reclaimed our nation, but we took long to reclaim our confidence. The colonial rule had occupied our nation, but somewhere quietly they reshaped the way we looked at ourselves. We admired everything that came from outside, while we doubted what we had within. But guess what? Something's changing. And something's changing so beautifully. And I present to you my evidence on how we are reaching My India 2050. Let's take the arts for example. Recently, a parent spoke to me. His daughter is studying engineering. And he told me, Ma'am, my daughter is continuing studying Bharatanatyam. Because technology may evolve, technology may change, we don't know. But Bharatanatyam was there, is there, and is going to be there. I was also at the Agam concert, and this is a picture from when we took it. Agam is a band that revives classical Carnatic pieces into rock format. There were hundreds and hundreds of people, all 25, 30, 35-year-olds. Now, when the lead singer Hari Shivaramakrishnan started singing Rangapura Vihara, an 18th century Muthuswami Dikshitar composition, the whole audience sang with him. Every syllable, every word. Civilizations survive not when the elders remember it, it's when the youth do. Now, let's take the example of the entertainment industry. Kantara was really not merely a movie, it was a folklore. It was tradition, it was rituals, and the whole world watched with pride. Then we have Hanumankind, who does not dilute his Indianness. He, in fact, shows it off with pride. We recently had Diljit Dosanjh on the Jimmy Fallon show. He taught Jimmy how to say "Main Punjabi," which is I'm from Punjab, with so much pride. And guys, who ever thought that bhajan clubbing would be a thing? Today, thousands and thousands of youth go bhajan clubbing. Now, next one is a deeply personal story. My son has allergies and he has breathing issues. So when we went to the doctor, she did prescribe medicines, but she also told me, give him turmeric milk and sign him up for a pranayama class because that will help him heal permanently. Millennial mothers are turning into kitchens, going and getting their jeeras, ajwains, tulsis for home remedies. The Ministry of Ayush recently conducted a survey. About 46% of rural India and 56% of urban India had participated in the Ayush program. 21st June 2026 marked the International Yoga Day. This time's theme was healthy aging. Over 30 plus people were on the Yoga Sangama portal participating, and this is apart from all the independent organizations that also celebrated this day. You know how others came to our world looking for spices, but they will now come to find stillness. Here is another example. My friend runs a company called Tamala. It's a studio in Bangalore, and what he works on is with the artisans across India to revive traditional crafts. Now, here is something fascinating. He works with premier institutions like IIMB and ISB to teach them corporate strategy through traditional games. It is Krida Kaushalya through Indic knowledge. Games like Tigers and Goats and the Tower of Brahma is used to teach them this. Now let's take fashion. A lot of women around you are comfortable wearing saris. Look at me. Rahul Mishra, a very celebrated designer from India, debuted his fall 2026 at the Paris Fashion Week this year with his theme called Devi, the Eternal Muse. And guess what his inspiration was? It was the majestic Ajanta caves and the Tarakeshwara temple in Karnataka. Today, designers are looking at home for inspiration. Now, all of these may seem like isolated stories, but no, they are all evidences. They are evidences that India is finally becoming comfortable and so proud in her own skin. When I was given this topic of India 2050, the image that came to me was this. Yes, we will be technologically enabled, advanced, we'll have AI, economic power, we will have world-class infrastructure, we will be a very strong nation. But those are achievements. That is not our identity. These are mere vehicles, these are enablers. But we are meant for something far greater and far deeper. Yes, India will be a richer nation, but what we will be richer at is our spirituality. And every Indian will wear Indianness on their sleeve like never before. Elevate yourself by yourself. For the greatest friend and your greatest enemy is within you. Bhagavad Gita, chapter 6, verse 5. I end by saying that my India 2050 will be spiritually and culturally extremely self-sufficient because we have what it takes. Thank you.
Wonderful, wonderful, Raksha. I mean, you, as I said, brought us back to our roots. There may be AI, but you know, the world will come to us for CI, that is cultural intelligence, and SI, that is spiritual intelligence. What say, Neeti?
Absolutely. And you know what? I love that collage that she presented.
Yeah.
A beautiful picture of India, future India 2050.
So let's vote for Raksha, people. There is that poll right in front of you on the screen. Keep it coming, folks. Keep it coming. Wonderful, wonderful. We have an enthusiastic audience which jumps into the poll as soon as it shows up on their screen. Why not? When we have speakers of this caliber, I'm sure they are waiting to decide who's their favorite speaker. And we'll be closing this poll in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Thank you, everyone who participated. Great talk, Raksha and Niti. Let's bring on our speaker number 7.
Let's have our next speaker, who happens to be the seventh speaker of the evening, I suppose. He's Naveen Singhania, an entrepreneur, author, marathon runner, and a public speaker from Shillong, with 2 decades in the school uniform and retail industry. As founder of Shubham Shopee, he has built lasting partnerships with educational institutions through quality, integrity, and service. He's the author of My New Normal and co author of Born to Bloom and founder of the Walkers and Runners community. And here's a fun fact about him. Beyond marathon, Naveen enjoys cycling, swimming, and playing the violin, and believes lifelong learning is the key to transforming ourselves and the world. What an amazing thought. Please welcome Naveen Singhania.
Please let me know when the timer starts. Sorry. Good evening, everyone. Thank you, Miss Neeti and Mr. Deepak Khemani, for giving me such a warm welcome. Today is my honor to be speaking in front of such a large audience. But frankly speaking, this topic, my vision for India 2050, is a little boring. Not because India is boring, but because while everyone is imagining how India will look in 2050, I am busy imagining how will I look in the mirror. You see, I am already 42 years old. My hair is 25% gray. By the time India reaches 2050, I'll be 100% gray and I'll be the age of 66. 66. The age when everyone will get the legal permission to call me uncle, the word I hate the most. 2 months back, two ladies entered my shop and they were saying, Uncle ji, please ये दिखाइए ना. Uncle ji, please बताइए ना. Uncle ji, please ये पैक कीजिए ना. Uncle ji, Uncle ji. And I, after a lot of patience, I told them, please mind your language. I'm not your uncle, okay? And those ladies said, Uncle ji, why are you angry? I said, Auntie ji, I'm not angry at you. I'm not your uncle. And those ladies, they went away. Today, in front of you, I remember those days when I was a teenager. I used to enjoy a song a lot. It felt me proud of India. ये दुनिया एक दुल्हन, दुल्हन के माथे की बिंदिया. ये मेरा India. I love my India. And I'm sure most of you have seen this signage in your own city. I love Mumbai. I love Bengaluru. I love Hyderabad. I love Ahmedabad. I love Shillong. But let me ask you one question today. When we say the word India, what do they mean? Do they mean the tall skyscrapers? Do they mean the bullet trains? Do they mean the EV vehicles? Or do they mean people? And if they mean people, who are these people? Are these those people who will enjoy these facilities, or those people who have never known life beyond hunger? Ladies and gentlemen, India is close to 1.5 billion people today. And even today, millions of people live below the poverty line. Millions of kids never get a chance to enter the classroom. Crores of cases lie pending in the court. As yes, India is climbing the GDP ladder, right? India is going to become the third largest economy. But open your eyes. Behind the curtain, a child is crawling through the garbage looking for food. And today, I'm here to present my vision for India 2050. 2 weeks before, I was walking in the streets of Guwahati. I was there for a business purpose. It was a super hot day, super tiring day, and I wished if I could get a cup of tea. I stopped at a tea stall. I got a cup of tea, and just before my first sip, a lady appeared before me. And this lady, she was probably in her 70s. She was wearing a red sari, torn, dirty as if not washed for months. Her eyes carried years of struggle. And without saying a single word, she said something to me. I understood what she said. She wanted food. I gave her a cup of tea and a packet of Parle-G biscuit, which she took and she went away. Moments later, I felt a sense of pride and happiness that I could help someone. After completing my cup of tea, I started walking towards my direction. And just 90 meters ahead, I saw something which totally broke my heart. It broke my heart. I saw that same lady was sitting on the streets, but not alone. She was sitting with three little infants, almost naked. Their small, tiny heads were shaved to save them from humidity. And this lady was feeding them with the same biscuits I had given. And while she was feeding them, they exchanged smiles. And in those smiles, I shared my smile. But moments later, I realized what a pathetic condition they're living in. I could not stop myself. I moved forward and touched the head of one of the child, and it was so cold. It triggered a thought, and I saw the face of my own daughter, Riddhi. Riddhi, the word which means progress and growth. My daughter, she'll get the best education. She'll get the best food, the best toys, the best home. Why will that child deserve less? Why will that child deserve less? Moments earlier, I was feeling proud. Moments later, I'm feeling ashamed of myself. Ladies and gentlemen, even I wish for India that India becomes a leader in technology, in science, in health, in education, in defense. But frankly speaking, my vision for India is far simpler. It's far simpler. I desire India where no child goes to sleep in the night with their stomach empty. I desire India where no child remains uneducated for life. I desire India where no woman, no raped woman waits years for justice. I desire India where the growth is not measured by the numbers of GDP. It is measured by the dignity of its citizens. And if and only if this India is possible, if we all can make it possible, I'll happily grow old. I'll happily gray my hair to 100% gray. I'll happily become 66. I'll happily accept the word uncle. And it's only then when I sing the song, Ye Duniya Ek Dulhan, Dulhan Ke Mathi Ki Bindiya. And it's only then I will say, I love my India. That's my vision for India. That's my vision for India 2050. Thank you.
Wonderful,
That
Naveen. Wonderful, wonderful. I'm sure there will be a few teary-eyed people in the audience after listening to you. Ye mera India. I love my India. What say, Niti?
absolutely, he got us all emotional at that
Yeah,
point.
yeah.
Let's be ready, audience, with our poll for Naveen Singhania.
Yeah, there it goes. Go ahead, cast your vote. Wonderful, wonderful. Keep adding to all those numbers. Keep adding to your votes.
And
Very
Deepak,
I'd
do you
like to
feel
emotional.
that?
add one more line, Deepak ji, if you allow me, because
Yes,
it's timing
Naveen.
was so
Yes,
short.
yes, of course.
If someone asks me today on the street, Naveen, what's your vision for India? I would like to tell them, don't ask me what is my vision for India. I would like to ask them what is my vision to create for India. Because when we
Yeah.
speak of India, when we see India growing, we become spectators. But when we think about what we can create for India, we become the contributors. And we shift from being residents to being the true citizens of India. Thank you.
Wonderful message. Wonderful message. After you completed your speech, that's okay, Naveen. We are all in this closed room and we are all listening to each other. We are all learning from each other. And let's bring on our next speaker. Let's see who's next. The spotlight is already on her and gives me an opportunity to introduce our next speaker, Astha Tatia. Astha is the founder of Authentic Leadership Circle and a leadership happiness coach who empowers leaders to embrace authenticity and lead with confidence. After a successful corporate career across Dubai and Mumbai, she chose to align her life with her true purpose. She found her North Star. She's impacting 5,000 plus leaders, including the US Navy. A TEDx speaker and an author, Astha inspires leaders to lead from within. A fun fact about Astha, after a 14-year break, Astha returned to learning Kathak. Sometimes the best way forward is reconnecting with your roots. Please welcome Astha with a virtual round of applause. Over to you, Astha. The stage is yours.
Breaking news. India has just unveiled its most advanced AI platform all across the world. The news channels are buzzing, every channel is celebrating, and the same headline across. India leads the future. And then, same evening, a 7-year-old girl walks into her home, drops her bag, runs to her grandmother. Dadi, today I asked something to my teacher. What was it? I asked her, ma'am, what if there is another way of doing this? Dadi, I was very scared because I thought she would scold me. But she smiled and said, I don't know. Let's find out together. Well, that little girl that night went to bed with a belief, with an understanding that every child deserves to have, that her voice mattered. And that, to me, is the India of 2050. Not because of what this little girl knew, but because of what she was encouraged to become. When a lot of people imagine India 2050, they dream of Indian astronauts living in their own space stations. They dream of bullet trains. They dream of world-class cities, hosting Olympics, becoming a $30 trillion economy. Well, I dream of it all. I imagine that as well. But I also imagine something much quieter. A classroom where a child never feels afraid to ask, why? Because I believe the future of India would not be decided only by the technology that we create. Rather, it would be decided by what kind of people we are becoming as we create it. Now, this little girl grows up. She's 16. Yeah. Now she's asking the question, instead of what is going to come in the exam or is this going to come in the exam, she's asking, why does this problem even exist? And instead of telling her, stick to your syllabus, her teacher tells her, go find out. She spends her weekends building models and building stereotypes, and some of them fail, some of them succeed, but she never loses the courage to actually think for herself. Few years later, she's in college. She picks up a stream that she's genuinely passionate and curious about, not because somebody told her, hey, that's a safe option.
She is collaborating with people who think differently than her because she's learned something very, very important, that great ideas, best ideas are not born in rooms where everybody agrees. And then she enters the workforce. She's all ready, not because she has all the answers, but because she never stopped questioning. She's confident enough to say, I don't know, curious enough to say, let's find out, brave enough to challenge an idea, humble enough to seek help, and then responsible enough to improve and work on that. She enters every room with just this one simple question: how can I leave this space better than I found it? And now imagine, not one single young girl like this, imagine millions. By 2050, India would have one of the world's largest working age population. That's an incredible opportunity, provided we remember numbers do not change a nation, people do. She is now leading a team a couple of years later. Now, one day, a young intern is passing by and knocks her cabin door. Can I say something? Of course. I think there's another way we can do this. She smiles. And suddenly she's reminded of her teacher, that same teacher who had once told her, I don't know, let's find out together. And she says those exact same words to this intern. Just like that, one generation passes something to the next. When I reflect on her life, she didn't become this person that she is because of that one great teacher or one great school or one great leader. No, she became this person because at every stage of her life, the people around her created an environment for her where she kept growing. An environment where questions were welcomed, where mistakes were not treated as embarrassment, where asking for help was not taken as a weakness. Multiple perspectives were not fearful, rather they were welcomed and valued. Yeah. I feel silently in this environment, she just kept becoming this person without anyone noticing. And that's true for all of us as well. The kind of environment that we are creating is shaping the kind of people that we become. And let me tell you, this is not just an emotional idea, it is an economic one too. The World Bank estimates that the high income countries, in these countries, 70% of their national wealth comes from human capital, which is knowledge, skills, capabilities, the health of the people. Imagine. And maybe, this vision is so personal to me because I know what it feels like to just suppress your voice, to stop listening to yourself. I've done that. I ticked every box, but I know I just kept suppressing it. And it was only the day that I stopped doing that, I took ownership of my life, did I realize that the future does not change by circumstances changing, but it changes when people do. And therefore, I believe the future of India will not change only through policies and technology and infrastructure. It'll change when millions of common people decide to take ownership of who they are becoming. Somewhere, a young 7-year-old girl will walk into a classroom, perhaps tomorrow, and she will raise her hand, ask a question. My hope is someone will smile and say, let's do it together. Let's figure out together. And that's where India's future begins. Thank you.
Wonderful, wonderful, Astha. Really, we are in 2026 and everybody is talking about AI and artificial intelligence. I'm sure in 2050, everybody will be talking about human intelligence, the importance of human and their intelligence. What say, Neeti?
Absolutely amazing. I loved her thoughtfulness. It was brilliant. Deepak, by the way, did you realize we only have two speakers left for this evening?
Yes, yes. Not only two speakers left for the evening. After all our speakers have given their speeches, our jury and our very own Yukti will go into an huddle. They will compare notes. They will compare what they have marked. They will compare what they have observed, and they will come up with 10 names who will go on and take part in the finals. And the finals are going to be a physical event, a place where all of us will be in the audience, and then these 10 speakers will be giving their speeches. In the meantime, let me launch the poll for Astha and requesting everyone to vote ASAP. Great. I see so much enthusiasm and participation from the audience when the polls are announced. Okay. Let me relaunch it. Let's give some more time. Yes, yeah. Yes. So go ahead and vote again because it closed before. Vote. Let's vote. Yes. Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone. Yeah. Great. 48% have already participated in the 15 seconds that have come on. Yeah. Thank you, audience. Thank you for what you are doing, because all these numbers will help us decide who the Speaker's Choice Award will go to, who will be that speaker. And we will close this poll in the next 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. That's where our poll ends. Thank you, everyone. Let's bring on our next speaker. Let's bring in the spotlight on our next speaker.
And our next speaker is Sameer Narad. Well, Sameer Narad is a confidence and peak performance coach and founder of his own coaching practice. Over 16 years, he has trained thousands of professionals, including CAs across India. Through 500 plus seminars on confidence, subconscious mind reprogramming, and public speaking. You know, once he was an electrical engineer who struggled with public speaking himself, and he turned his own journey into a mission to help others unlock their professional. What a beautiful cause is that. Here's a fun fact about Sameer. He's a die-hard cricket fan and proudly says, "My blood color is blue." Let's welcome Sameer Narad.
Yes. We have done it. India, 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 India. We are the superpowers. And whole world is wondering, how come it happened? India is a great case study for everyone. Everyone is doing a thorough research on that. And they found out India became superpower in 2050, not by mere technology or infrastructure or education, rather by working on human beings. Yes, and what exactly we did? 20 years back, we focused upon one concept, that was VIP. Now, what VIP is all about? V stands for values, R stands for identity, and P stands for purpose. First of all, the values. In India, we started focusing upon not just maths and the science, but the kindness, the empathy, then the determination, the courage. We focus upon these values. Hence, the behavior of people wasn't decided by the laws or the punishments, rather their own values. The crime rate went down, the corruption went down, and the India became the stronger because the character of India was stronger. And comes the identity. Whatever we do in our life is dictated by our identity. Our behavior is not controlled by our goals, rather by our identity. So instead of focusing upon the goals, what we wanted to achieve, we focused upon who we are becoming. And because of that, the identity transformed, the behavior transformed, and because of the behavior, the results transform. The whole nation's identity transformed and India became the superpower. The identity we were developing always that we are already a superpower, and hence we were behaving like that. Apart from that, India were held back because of wrong approach to the spirituality. Earlier, people were just praying and believing some miracles will happen, not taking the 100% responsibility. But later on, they realize God help those who help themselves. It is not about just doing prayers and meditations and magic is going to happen. Universe is going to do the magic. You need to take responsibility for your actions, and then the faith and the responsibility is going to bring the massive, massive results. My dear friends, all these things happen because of the culture of India. And you know, India has a unique religion, and that is cricket. Three stories from cricket inspired the values, the identity, and purpose. Story number one. Once the father of Sachin Tendulkar said to Sachin Tendulkar that when you will retire from cricket, it is okay if the world is not knowing you as a great cricketer, but world must know you as a great human being. And rest is the history. MS Dhoni won multiple ICC trophies, World Cups, IPLs. He was asked what he wanted to be. He said, I wanted to be a great human being. The mental conditioning coaches of India, Paddy Upton, Gary Kirsten, they wanted to win 2011 World Cup. They wanted to make India number one test team, number one one-day team. But they were not aware how to go about it. So they decided the goal number 4. The goal number 4 was for them to make every Indian cricketer a good person. And they realized if they become a good person, the success will take care of itself. Exactly that happened. We won 2011 World Cup, number one test team, number one day team. The common thread between all these case studies, my dear friends, is to be a great human being. And this is what we did for last 25 years, and hence we became the superpower. 3 questions every citizen asked themselves every single day. They reviewed their performance on basis of these 3 questions. Am I living my life as per the values? Am I living my life as per the identity? Am I living my life as per my purpose? And the purpose was always to make our India superpower. How we can contribute, not about what I'm going to get, what are my rights, instead of that, how I can do some form of contribution. How can I do something great for all the citizens of India? And because of following VIP, the magic happened. Mahatma Gandhi already mentioned years ago, decades ago, be the change you want to see in the world. It's all about taking that individual responsibility, and Indians did that for 2 to 3 decades, and hence we became the superpower. APJ Abdul Kalam also said, dreams are not the things which you see after you sleep. Dreams are the things which don't let you sleep. And directly, indirectly, we followed this philosophy to the core, and only because of that, India became the superpower. So, my dear friends, I really want to express heartful gratitude to all those policymakers, all those citizens, all those teachers, all those students who followed the system to the T. Because if you follow the process, result is always going to take care of itself. And this is what it did. So, my dear friends, this is what India is all about. And India is leader right now. And India is not stopping over here. Now, India is going to take care of other countries, how they can help them. Because we all are connected. And our spirituality knows that. And my dear friends, now India is going to lead the way and make the world the better place to live in. Thank you so much, and God bless you.
Thank you, Samir. Wonderful, great speech and a great message coming out from there. Niti.
Yes, it was a wonderful message indeed. Sports is something that binds all of us together, and when taken, it's going to take us to one notch higher. Did you realize 9 speakers are already gone?
It's
And now
incredible. It's incredible. Yes, yes,
yeah.
yes. That poll is there for the audience. Come on, people. Show some love to Samir. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Thank you. The numbers keep going. 52%, 54%, 55%, 59%. Keep it up, audience. Keep it up. Thank you. Thank you, everyone, for participating. Yes, and we will close this poll in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Thank you everyone for participating. And it's time to bring on our last speaker. Neeti, why don't you introduce him?
Yes, absolutely. Our last speaker of the evening is Sumit Puri. Sumit Puri, he's the CEO of ZenVive Wellness. Hi. So yes, sorry for that glitch. Sumit Puri is the CEO of ZenVive Wellness, bringing 25 plus years of global leadership across healthcare and BFSI. An IIM Bangalore alumnus, he's held leadership roles at PwC, GE, Prudential Corporation India, Asia, Max Hospitals, and Evercare Group, a world record author of the Longevity Circle. He's been recognized by ET and NASSCOM and named among the top 50 CIOs in the Middle East. Now, here's a fun fact about Sumit. Thanks to his father's transferable jobs and his own global career, Sumit has picked up 9 languages, including Indonesian Bahasa. Wow. Let's hear it from Sumit Puri. What's his vision of India 2050 is? Please welcome Sumit Puri.
Thank you so much. Thank you. So good evening, friends. India 2050, the choice before us. And that's what I'm going to talk about. If you were to describe India in one word, what will it be? Diverse, chaotic, because of the traffic and the jams, maybe spiritual, or possibly developing. And you're all going to be right, because India, it's a story of two halves. On one half, we have the huge digital backbone, 1.34 billion people on Aadhaar, 500 million people on UPI. 1 in 3 tech pros are Indian. On the other hand, we have the poverty crisis, 5.47 crore people living in extreme poverty below $3 per day, 25 crores who are illiterate. How do we bridge this divide? I mean, that is the question. If you were to just think about one word to describe India, I would say in 2050, please think. How do we make India incredible? How do we earn it? I mean, that is something which we really need to aspire for. How do we make that India which we so dearly love? Because India is going places. It is writing books with AI. It is actually doing code. It's running factories with robots. You're actually seeing lots of new self-driving autonomous cars. You've got drones in farms and actually, looking at food, supplies across, health, ATM giving personalized medicines. There's so much happening in technology. India is poised to become the second largest economy by 2050. But these are achievements. They're not a legacy. They're not something which we need to stand for as a nation. To me, it's not about faster machines. It is about becoming better human beings as a society. That matters. That to me is the key. In today's world, as we see intolerance rising, inequality going on, wars happening, does the world look to us to find answers? Is that a great nation's hallmark? Because to me, that matters. That really matters. What does it truly mean to be human? That's the question we should be asking ourselves. Are we really the leading light which can guide humanity through its darker days? That's the question we have to ask ourselves. And I'll go back in time, 180 years ago. Every generation had a question to answer. My grandfathers had to answer the question of freedom. Our fathers had to answer the question of survival because they had nothing. They built economy from scratch. Our generation, has to answer the question of finding purpose. We owe it to our children and grandchildren. I mean, that's the key. And I'll start with my own personal story. I was top of my class in many years. I learned 9 languages. I was top 1% in the country in English and social sciences in CBSE. I did 2 classes in 1 year. It's all done. When to stay in time to actually go and join a career, I got engineering. Not because I wanted to, because my father in relations said engineering is the most highly paid profession. You do it. And I did it. I did it well. I became a leader. I became a CIO. I became a group CIO in Dubai, in Indonesia, so many countries, Singapore. But I never had my heart in it. I always felt I could do better. Until by accident, after 25 years, my father developed kidney problems, dialysis, and I had to come back from Indonesia to India and join healthcare. And I wanted to basically be in preventive health, in wellness. That was my purpose. That was my calling. Ask yourself, ask around, are you living your purpose? Are you basically truly connected with your soul? When you basically look at your own jobs, is your heart telling you something and your job telling you something else? This is the cause for anxiety and stress because we're not in sync with our body, mind, and soul. Far too many people never really ask this because we're going with what society asks us to do. People are telling us to do, not what we want to do. Nobody's asked us. That, to me, is a question which we have to answer for ourselves. So while the nations race to become a technology superpower, I would envision India becoming a human superpower, which really takes the nation along, takes people along, to help them become the best version of themselves. Because compassion should not be replaced by technology. It should be amplified. It should be democratized. Growth should not skip the villages when going to the cities. It should encompass everybody. It should enlarge it, enhance it. GDP, it's no longer about GDP. It is about GHP. It is about gross human potential. How can we maximize the gross human potential for all of us? Because that's how you'll get the next Einstein, the next Picasso, next Edison, the next Lincoln, the next Mother Teresa, the next person who changes the course of history. And this is not about extraordinary decision. It's about millions of us, you, me, everyone, making ordinary choices leading to extraordinary results. It's about a teacher choosing curiosity over conformity. It's a doctor choosing prevention over prescription. It's an entrepreneur choosing purpose over profit. It's a parent choosing values before ambition. That is progress. That is what will lead India to its rightful place in the comity of nations. So the question is not who India will become in 2050. It is who will we become? Who will we become? I'll go back in time, 2,000 years ago. India gave this ethos, Vasudeva Kutumbakam. The entire earth is one family. India is the land of Gandhi, Buddha, and Ashoka. It's the land which gave the world yoga, synchronizing harmony between mind, body, and soul. Why don't we go back to the ethos? Why don't we become the spiritual capital of the world? Because intelligence without wisdom is dangerous. Prosperity without compassion is hollow. Progress without purpose gets us nowhere. The future, my friend, is not waiting to be discovered. It is waiting to be designed by our choices in every classroom, every lab, every village, and every home. So the way I see India is the nation that could help humanity become its best self in 2050. The tallest human beings, not in height, but in character, not in power, but in purpose. That, my friend, is a future worth choosing. Thank you so much for your attention. Thank you.
Wonderful, Sumit. I'm sure the audience will, greet this speech with a round of applause and a lot of hearts coming in. Move from the age of fighting for your freedom to survival to now finding purpose in life. And as it said, the future has a habit of arriving unannounced. So we don't need to wait for 2050. Probably the future is just around the corner. We need to be ready for it. Wonderful. What say, Niti?
Absolutely. I agree with you, Mr. Deepak. It's been an incredible speech and an incredible evening.
Yeah. Let's launch the poll for Sumit. And there it is. Come on, people. Show some love to our final participant for the last 2 days, our 20th participant. Yes, 61% of people, 63% of people have already participated. Wonderful. Thank you so much. Great speech, great message, wonderful takeaways. And we close the poll in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Thank you everyone for participating. Now comes one of the most important section of these last 2 days of this championship. What's a Niti?
Absolutely. Deepak, there were 20 speakers, 2 unforgettable days, countless ideas, and one common dream, a better India.
Yeah.
I'm sure the judges will have a really tough time to calculate the results and to choose the best one, the best.
I can confess over here, Niti, I wouldn't want to be wearing the judge's shoes today. I wouldn't want to be in that room because all 20 of them have accomplished something extraordinary. Whether someone gets selected to the finals or not, the fact that they stood up on a stage like this, spoke their mind, spoke with confidence, it requires courage, and courage deserves applause. Once again, I request everyone in the room to give a huge round of applause. Let's fill the screen with those claps. Yes, yes, keep it coming. For all the 20 speakers who joined in, given our message and what they think India 2050 will be. And it's just 24 years away. And as Naveen said that I would have earned the right to be called a senior citizen and uncle by the time he reaches there. Yeah. So at this time, let us bring in Yukti, who will tell us a little bit about the process where they will go into a huddle with the jury. Yukti, can we have some words from you?
Yes, absolutely. So it's been an amazing experience to have witnessed such depth of knowledge, research, thoughts, all of it backed with authenticity and personal stories. Now that we've been sitting back and enjoying all of this, I think the tough part begins where we need to get into a breakout room and put our scores, thoughts, and opinions together and come back to you with the top 10. But as Deepak and Niti have rightly said, and this is absolutely no exaggeration, this is a fact, each one of the speakers were phenomenal. And I think it is the skill of the speakers that makes this platform so good. Now, you are making PowerSpeak Championship so good because of the quality that you have brought on stage. So thank you so much for doing that. Each one was amazing. And irrespective of who the top 10 are, all top 20 must see us in Mumbai on 9th of August because the grand finale is incomplete without you all, right? Not only for the certificate that I'll be very happy to extend on stage, you must be there in support of the top 10. And shall I add that while the speakers were in the middle of their speech, did you all observe how other speakers, so-called competitors, were rooting for the one who was on stage?
Yes.
That is humanity. That is the power of speaking. That is the camaraderie that we share, the mutual respect we share, knowing that let the best man win. But you know what? When a man stands there or a woman stands there on stage, it takes a lot of courage. And so what we are celebrating is your courage to stand on this stage today. Thank you so much for showing up for yourself. We will now get into the breakout room. So please excuse us and we will be back with the results. But in the meantime, I'm sure you will find ways to make the most of the next 15 minutes you all have together.
Yeah.
I'll see you soon.
Yeah.
Thank you, Yukti, for putting that out. Yeah. So till the time the judges are debating, collating all the numbers, deciding who was good, who wasn't so good, as she said, all 20 of you are winners. All 20 of you needed courage to stand up and give your message. At this time, if you haven't grabbed a cup of tea or a coffee or maybe even a bottle of water, just take that break. Don't go away. Don't switch off your cameras. Come back in 2 minutes. What I will do is I will now open up the audience to come and share their views. It's not about you telling who your favorite speaker is. Let's get to know from you what was that one takeaway from a particular speaker? Let's say you've got 2 or 3 takeaways. Go ahead and share those takeaways. So if you go ahead and raise your hand, I will ask you to unmute, and then you can share your thoughts with everybody else in the room. Go ahead, raise your hand and share your thoughts. Yes, Jayanta, go ahead.
Hello.
Yes, we can hear you.
Yes, yes, yes. Thanks for giving me the opportunity to speak. It is an amazing session. I don't have the regret. I may not have nominated, but I have backed an excellent experience of 2 days, which
Yes.
will help me to go ahead. So it's an amazing session. Everyone has delivered their speech in their own way, unique way.
Yes.
Someone has given in from someone has speech like someone is given from the Vision 2020 from satellite. Someone in delivered in colloquial way. Someone in traditional way. It is just like mini India. You can imagine.
Yes.
So definitely, I think we would reach. I may not see the 2050, but I can visualize what will be the 2050 from this session.
Thank you, Jayanta, for sharing your thoughts. What we will do is we will play a small 2-minute video about EPSM, and then I will bring on Abhijit and then Hina to share their thoughts. Let's play that video.
Good morning. How are you?
Good morning.
Doing good. Good morning.
Good
How are you all doing? What to bring in, how to bring it in, all depends upon your audience. Deserve that because it's not easy.
Hello everyone. So for me, public speaking has been a revelation of myself. I have discovered my own superpower. It has helped me immensely in my business and the way I pitch to my customers. So thank you, ma'am.
My name is Stuti Bhagwani and I took this EPSM course with Nandilata Kapoor. And personally, I have loved the systematic and the thorough approach that she has for conducting it. She has been the right that you all need. I never thought that I needed, since Yuti is a very interactive speaker and she made us all so engaged in it कि हर क्लास में ये पता ही नहीं चला कि 2 घंटे कब निकल गए. Thank you, Yuti.
Thank you so much, Yukti, for this amazing 12 weeks of workshop. Okay, guys, I have just concluded EPSM course, and I must say the reason behind doing this course was I was getting a lot of speaking opportunities. We loved it. We loved it like anything.
Thank you for sharing that video. And we had Abhijit who had raised his hand. Abhijit, go ahead and share your thoughts. Do we have Abhijit in the room? Okay, till Abhijit rejoins us, Hina.
Thank you so much, Deepak. I'll tell you, whereas you were all, thank you, Neeti, and thank you, Deepak, for being such amazing host for in the first place. Let me really let's have a hand of applause for you all, that you keep the energy so high, you keep us motivating so much that it really builds up the energy and gives us the oomph that, okay, we have to perform and it's okay, whatever it takes. They are there to cheer for us, and that's more than important. And Well, Deepak, as you and Neeti, as you rightly mentioned, that we have been trying to build up all the information we can think of, all the imagination. And trust me, with just to encourage oneself, we go with the mind that I am preparing the best. And this is going to be the best. It is going to outrun every other thought. But the moment you listen to the rest of the people, oh my goodness, to me, it feels like, how did I miss on this aspect? Oh, wow, I never saw from that lens. They are thinking with such versatility. And but eventually, really, it really goes to a point where the sense of competition boils down to a point of learning. That these talks are a platform where you genuinely learn. They are like master classes of 7 minutes into 20 people. Pick as much as you can. Because if nothing, then at least these thoughts, when you go outside this room and talk to others, you will have the wisdom of 20 different people, and that too in the most brief information. Wow, what an amazing way to look at it. And actually, it helped me. And Miss Kapoor, with that 2000-year-old music beat that you started, that left a very strong message with me that stillness is so important. And the way you concluded that entire speech was so still, you really lived it up, and I loved it heartily. Thank you, Deepak. Thank you, Neeti, for the opportunity. Have a great day.
Thank you so much, Hina. Very well said. There's a lot to learn in this for all the people in this room full of the awesome speakers.
Yeah, Dr. Dheeraj
Now-
Dogra. Yeah. Please unmute yourself and you have 1 minute to share your thoughts.
Thank you so much. I have to say I've heard a lot of people here, and I do have to commend Sumit Puri simply because I am myself an Indian American who moved back to India to give back. Okay, I'm also a TED speaker and all that. So doing that, so it's just not the idea. Sumit is he was saying he was in Indonesia, he was in Singapore, coming back Dubai, and now coming back to India, and going for understanding what his father went through and working on that. I think it's not just the idea part of it, it is also living it, okay, and doing something about it. I think that's what's most important. Okay, speeches, awesome, okay, but speeches which deliver in real,
yes,
totally 2 thumbs up.
Wonderful. Thank you. Thank you for sharing your thoughts. Dr. Anand Shahidi. 1 minute to you, sir. Long time no see.
Please, am I audible now? Yeah.
Yes, we can hear you.
So, Deepak, wonderful seeing you on this platform, and lovely, excellent speakers. I enjoyed both the days. Fantastic speakers. Frankly speaking, I am really impressed by the way they have expressed their natural thoughts, their tonality, their expressions. They're really awesome. And believe you me, all of you are excellent. Just have faith on yourself, because great messages, powerful imagination has brought all of us aware of your future, your plan for India 2050. What India will be in 2050? My thought has become more clearer. So thank you very much, Deepak, for all this. Wonderful listening to you.
Thank you
Deepak,
for sharing your thoughts. Yes.
We will be a spiritually excellent India and more human, I'm sure. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Anand. Now
Primrose, go ahead, unmute yourself. Yeah.
Hi. So, today was amazing. Yesterday was as well. Every day has been stepped up. I feel that this is a platform where not just the speakers, I would like to say a special thank you to all the audience. We are speakers here. We have a role, we have to speak. We have to see how our competitors are doing. We are there to support our competitors as well as co-speakers. But the audience are there just with one intention of supporting. And that's a very noble thing. And I really wanted to give a big round of applause to all the audience who joined in today's speech. And as the first person who spoke, one of the speakers as well, she said, this is learning. Trust me, my motto is learning is a never-ending process. And I did not see any of the speaker honestly as a competitor. I logged in with the thought, okay, what is this perspective of speaking the speech? How differently are they thinking? What are the props used? how innovative they are. I was truly present for them and rooted for them. And as Yukti rightly said, that's the essence of speaker community. And I'm so proud to be a part of this. And kudos to Deepak and Niti as well. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you,
Thank you
Primrose,
so
for
much.
your kind words.
Yeah.
At this point, I'd like to bring in a few EPSM graduates to share your thoughts. I'll come to everybody else who has raised their hand also. And Niti, you are one of the EPSM graduates. Why don't you share us, a bit about your journey of going through the EPSM program?
So my EPSM journey was amazing. You wouldn't believe the Niti that is sitting here today and the Niti that was 2 years ago, they are poles apart. I had this big fear of public speaking, but when I joined Yukti Ma'am's program, there was a drastic change. The way she conducts her lessons, her mind maps, they are so great that they just delve in you the confidence to emerge as a great public speaker. Now, here's a shout out to all the EPSM graduates in the audience, and let's hear from you guys. How's your experience been with Yukti Ma'am with SPY Academy?
Vinod, tell us your story. Unmute yourself.
Thank you. They were giving me this opportunity that, okay, I come on the videos. Yeah. So giving me this opportunity. I have listened to all the speeches. All are wonderful, wonderful. There are few, my batchmates are also there. Unfortunately, I couldn't take part in that. There, Aparna is there, Vandana was there, Shivashankar, Naveen, and other Raksha Kapoor, Sweet Puri, and Samir Narad and Hina Azad. Those are all were amazing. I don't have words so much that all the speakers were wonderful. Although that 2050 is still in future, but their speeches made me feel that I was already living in 2050. It was amazing experience. Everyone was truly amazing, really. And this, 6 hours, yesterday also 3 hours, today 3 hours, that I don't know how I passed these 3 hours. That 4 hours on the movie, we have passed 4.5 hours. But here 6 hours, but still I'm enjoying. I can stay here more 2 hours. Yes, amazing. All were amazing.
Thank you for sharing your shot. Shiv Shankar, your EPSM journey.
Hello, friends. The Shiv Shankar, what you are seeing me right now was not the same Shiv Shankar when just around 1 year back. I'm a doctor. I'm a hair transplant surgeon. I have done extremely well in my profession. My biggest fear was talking in front of the audience. My fear, wherever I go, my fear was somebody should not ask me to talk. So I used to sit at the back so that nobody notices me. And tell me, trust me, a number of people used to come, doctor, you're doing such good job. I think you should start to talk now. I was, no, there is nothing in talking. Why should I waste my talk rather than I'll work? This was my approach. Trust me, this EPSM course has been a life-changing experience for me.
Yeah.
I cannot express it in words, like the way Yukti ma'am has designed this course. It is not just about speaking. It is completely changing your life altogether in every aspect, be it in relationships, be it in career, be it in anything, like even spirituality, understanding life. My life has changed 360 degree or 180 degree upside down.
Amazing.
Let me add one more thing. I was never prepared to speak on this competition. This is my second time after the EPSM course. This is the second time I'm speaking in front of the people. Friends, one more thing I want to tell. Recently, one of my just very close friend, I asked him, why don't you do this course EPSM? It's so beautiful. Then he said, no, Shiv Shankar, I have already read book on public speaking. Then I said, then I talked a little more about the course. Then he said next, no, I don't have so much of money to spend on all these things. And friends, next month we are going on an international trip for about 7 days.
Wow.
And people give a lot of excuses when they have to learn something. I recommend everybody, each and everyone, just to do this course and see the transformation yourself in your life. Thank you so
for
much.
that recommendation. Let's bring in Aparna.
Yeah, thank you.
Aparna, I want to ask you something here. How has EPSM, doing this EPSM course from Yukti, has changed your life in terms of profession?
I think I have heard you saying, Shiv Shankar saying that, okay, this it has changed the life 180 degree, 360 degree. I would completely agree with all of you. And what I want to say here is that before joining executive public speaking mastery, I was with the impression that public speakers are somebody who are like very good in English, very good in terms of the confidence and all these things. And this is something which is not my cup of tea. But after joining EPSM, the first lesson that Yukti has taught us is that public speaking is the public service, people service. And that's the mind that changes the mindset completely. You don't bother about where you have come from, what you know, what you are going to do, and what you are going to speak. But it changes the mindset to become that, okay, whatever I know, how I am going to serve the people. And that is what changes the voice with which we have been working with her in terms of completing that journey. And being a part of the speakers tribe to do a weekly practice session changes everything for all of us. I think myself, Neeti, Shiv Shankar, Naveen, Deepashri, everybody has learned so much. And this 2 years has changed my life. And I'm so privileged to have to share the stage with so many great speakers, the TEDx speakers, coaches, entrepreneurs. And it is just, I'm so grateful for this platform. And I just bow to Yukti for everything, whatever she has given.
Thank you.
Thank
So
you.
just
Thank
now
you
in
so
the
much,
chat
Aparna.
box, I have sent in a message. If anyone from the audience is interested knowing more about the EPSM program, you could visit sbyacademy.com, or if you are interested in doing the course, send a message to team@SBY Academy and someone from the team will get back to you. Naveen, your message.
No. Thank you, Deepakji. I think the greatest gift anyone can give to someone is the connection to his own voice. And I think Yukti Kapoor has given that connection to me. I was a person who was super introvert. If anyone calls me on the stage, I will always run away. But I used to always tell my coach that I want to speak like Sandeep Maheshwari, like Tony Robbins. And she always told me that Naveen, you have your own voice. And I always hated my voice. And now I love my voice. And that's only because of Yukti Kapoor Mehndi. And I thank her from my heart. And I recommend everyone who wants to join a public speaking course. I've spent 4 lakh rupees in other courses, 4 lakhs, but here I've got something which is worth 10 lakh rupees. I'm telling you.
Amazing. How
Wonderful.
amazing. On that
Wonderful.
note,
Yeah.
whoever is interested in the EPSM program, please write I'm interested in the chat.
Yeah. Raksha, share your thoughts.
First of all, Deepak and Neeti, you guys are doing a fabulous job. The energy you're bringing in is just amazing. Lots of credits to you, because I think a host has a massive responsibility to keep all the audience together. And you are just like, your smiles are not vanishing, your energies are not dipping, which is massive. I'm very, very grateful. Somehow, I think I'm very grateful to the entire team, of course, and Yukti for bringing this together, because somehow, like Hina said and like Jasmine said, we formed a community silently. Though we have not interacted with each other, we all feel like they are our team, our people. There is hardly competition. Of course, it's to do with age. We are all past that age of college and competitiveness. But I think speakers silently, somehow we've formed a cohort, and it's beautiful. Thank you all so much for putting something like this together. Lots of gratitude. Thank you.
Thank you for your kind words. Deepashri is also one of the EPSM graduates. Say a few words, Deepashri.
What do I say? I mean, I'm awestruck seeing all the speakers here, and I think there's a long way to go seeing everybody here. I mean, they've become my inspiration. I was one who would never unmute whatsoever, but today, the fact that I am, answering to your question, this is what EPSM is. It gives you a platform to learn and grow. We practice every week, week after week, give ruthless feedback to all our fellow members, and that's how we learn. So I think whoever is interested, please do EPSM and then become great speakers like you saw here today. And I think next Power Speak, I should also nominate myself and
Absolutely, why not? Why not? You know what?
Definitely, definitely.
Yukti is a magician, and she has sharpened all of us for our better ourselves.
Yes.
Yeah.
Ameya, your thoughts. Go ahead.
All right, thank you so much. When I look at the diversity of ideas that were presented, one thing stands out that each one of us feels so dearly for our wonderful country and want to raise the standards of our country that today I go back enriched, thinking, oh, how did I miss that one? How did I miss this one? And that's the beauty of what we have achieved, all of us today. All 20 of us shared something right from the deepest corner of our heart, and we felt that this is what I feel India should be in 24, 25 years from now. So thank you everyone for sharing your insights. It gave me new wings, new vision to think about India differently. And most importantly, thank you, Yukti and the team at SPY, because without you, none of this was possible. All of you have been very patient with all the silly questions that have gone up to some of you at times. So thank you for that. Really appreciate everything. Deepashri, Divya, you guys have been super. And Deepak, what can I say about you and Niti, man? Oh, you guys were fabulous. Made everyone's day. Lovely.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Abhijit, if you are still around,
have-
Abhijit, unmute yourself. Abhijit, you wanted to say something. You had raised your hand before. Can't unmute. Okay, let me see.
We have
Let-
another EPSM graduate with us, Mr. Mandeep Arora. Would you like to share something with us?
Mandeep, share something by the time I will sort out Abhijit's muting thing. Okay.
Niti, you can also say who's Mandeep.
Mandeep is actually my husband. So we both of us we did the EPSM course together, and in fact, it was a community. It was a bigger community of CC Corporate Connections from Delhi, and we all did the course all together.
Yeah,
Yes,
hi
Mandeep.
guys. It's so awesome to listen, the great leaders speaking, and the energy in the room is simply like wow. So I'll tell you the real story. What happened once I did EPSM, I made my vision board, which is right there next to me on my left. And I wrote, I picturized myself featuring in a TEDx talk. And guess what happened? In next 2 months, I was there on the stage, giving my TED
Wow.
talk. It was
Wow.
really amazing. Yes, even I couldn't believe it. Now that's the power of the manifestation and the course I did from here. And before that also I've got many invites for the TED talk, but I did not have the confidence to join it just because I did not have the framework. So I guess few things which EPSM taught me were: first was the practice. We had to practice every week. Second was the framework. Great to see Naveen, Aparna, Deepashri here, back in the room again. So seriously, I'll say one thing. Don't join EPSM. I'm repeating it again. Don't join EPSM if you want to stay average in your life. You know, only if you want to excel. Only if you want to get to that next level. Do this course. Thank you. Thanks a lot, Yukti ma'am. It was great, spending some, weeks with you. Have learned a lot, and believe me or not, I'm still making a lot of content on Instagram, which is getting, lakhs of views. But all credit goes to you. And somewhere down the line, there are seeds in the belief system which have been planted by your program, which are again working like magic for me. Thank you guys. Thanks a lot.
Thank you so much, Mandeep. So good to hear from you. You deserve every bit of that thumbs up or like or views that you're getting. And may the followers multiply.
Thank you. Thank you.
God
Thanks a
bless
lot.
you. Abhijit wanted to say something when we came back into the room. Is he able to
So
unmute?
I really don't know who were your participants, but I know Aparna was from your batch. So I think wonderful from what I've heard her earlier. So I think you really worked wonders on the students. I've seen Niti now comparing with Deepak. Not easy to compare with Deepak, but I think somewhere you were as good, if not better.
Thank you. Thank you.
So, and great to see Chris Baldwin again on camera. I think I was his earliest student, like I was one of the earliest students of Yukti. So Chris has a lot to offer, and if we could get him more on virtual or even live in India, I think we will be blessed to learn from him. And all of them were really good. I think Naveen, I've seen him improve quite a lot. The way he was the only one who was standing from what little I saw of the speakers, and a lot of them used a lot of props and a lot of points, as Hina had said or Jasmine had said, we could take away from this. Great. I think Yukti, I think you will have a much bigger PowerSpeak Championship next year.
Yes, yes.
Indeed,
Thank you.
indeed. I have no doubt. In fact, what I want is for us to spread the word and help others who deserve to be on such a stage to learn public speaking. You see, there is a lot of structure, as you would have noticed the speakers demonstrate. It takes a lot of structure. There is a process behind putting your thoughts together. It's not just the fact that you speak well. It's about articulating it in a form of a structure that can then also reach out. Right? And that's the whole art of public speaking. So please do help us spread the word and encourage more and more people to learn, just as how you have learned and gone through your own learning curve. The details are shared in the chat, and we'll also put it out on WhatsApp for you all. You just need to drop in your phone number, email, and we will share the details and hope to find you ready for this learning. Yeah, thank you so much. Deepak, with your permission, shall we take over the stage and have a little discussion about the results?
Yes, please.
You know, I serve at your pleasure, so you don't need my permission.
All right, just look at this screen of top 20. And I would want you all to guess very quickly, put the names in the chat of who have made it to your top 10. Before we share our list, I would love to know yours.
Yes. Let's flood the chat box with your choice. Yes.
Yeah. Give us the names, and you can put commas and put like multiple names. Looking at your top 10 list.
So Abhijit says Astha, Primrose, Richa, Ashmita, Raksha, Aparna. Even before I can read, there are more names coming. Sumit, Shilpa, Astha, Naveen, Samir, Ameya, Sumit, Alka, Sumit, Naveen, Archana, PC Upadhyay, Astha, Ameya, Primrose, Hina, Alka, Naveen. Wow. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for that amazing participation. You've been a great audience. Wonderful.
Indeed.
Thank you so much.
Without a doubt. Absolutely. Now, here is a confession. 15 minutes were not enough for us to decide the top 10. Okay.
Yeah.
And so we thought, okay, let's create another category. Okay, let's change the format and let all 20 take on the stage. But then at some point, you have to make tough decisions. And we somehow managed to do that, to come ready with the top 10 who will take on the stage at the grand finale on 9th August in Mumbai. Before we tell you who those top 10 are, would you like to know who is audience choice?
Yes.
Audience choice.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. So let us have some names up in the air. Now, in this case, there's only one name. Audience choice number 1 is the one who is joining us on stage. There is no competition. You just come and you take your trophy because you've made a mark and created an impact in the semifinals. So who is the audience choice? Let me see. Is it Alka? Is it Sumit? Is it Alka? Is it who? Give me more names. Come on. Who do you think is audience choice?
Alka, Sumit, Astha, Archana, Hina.
PC, Samir, Hina. All right. And the right answer is Raksha Kapoor.
Whoa!
Oh, congratulations.
Can we put her in the spotlight, please? Where is our Bharatnatyam dancer? A beautiful, graceful lady. Is she here in the room?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, let's just
see
put
her
her in the
namaskar is
spotlight
also
there.
in Bharatnatyam mode. You know, her namaskar is also in Bharatnatyam
Yeah.
You
need to,
Yeah, Raksha?
Yes, professional hazard, Deepak. I'm used to doing this for over 2 decades, 3 decades now. Yeah, elbows up, back straight. Yes, thank you.
Beautiful. Do you want to say something to the audience? They all have loved you. You're number one choice.
Honestly, Yukti, I'm overwhelmed. I was as it is overwhelmed with the whole process and the community you were able to create. And this is like the cherry on the cake. And the cherry is too sweet to take. I'm just literally like very, very happy. Thank you so much to the audience. Really, really grateful. Really grateful.
You deserve every bit of it, Raksha. Very well done. You absolutely touched everyone's heart. And let me also share that there are a lot of people in this list who are decimals away. Like you have to see the sheet. So it's 8.61 for Raksha. We have an 8.59. We have an 8.57. And that's how close you were.
Incredible.
Of course.
Thank you. Yes. So many congratulations, Raksha. We wait to meet you in person in Mumbai on 9th August and would love to honor you up on the stage.
Thank you so much, Yukti.
Okay, now comes the top 10 list in no particular order because the order doesn't matter. Of course, there is some order because we've all done our scores. We all does not include me. I've been out of every panel. I've not even voted for audience choice, right? I'm just holding the space for you all. But the jury has written notes and notes. Donna, do you want to show those notes you've been making since yesterday? Look at the number of sheets that have gone behind arriving at the top 10. Donna, I want to just quickly show them the work that you've been at.
You mean I can share my screen, you mean, or what?
No. The papers on your table, those
Oh,
yellow
yes.
sheets.
Look at this. Look at this, ladies and gentlemen. I do a lot of notice. So I type on the keyboard. I really, like write this because I love writing, like I think it's good for my brain and so on. So when I see, I also write down and so on. So yeah, it was amazing. I love this journey. This today was amazing. You all awesome. Yeah, you all awesome. Amazing.
Yeah, since we have you up on the screen, let's also have Jennifer and Chris join us for a little discussion on what was the criteria to choose the top 10, right? On what basis have we selected top 10? What is the feedback for all the speakers? And of course, the feed forward, which means your next level. How do you get to your next level? How many of you would find this useful? Shall we go ahead with this discussion? Give me BIO in the chat, please. Let's say bring it on, bring it on. I know you're waiting for the results, but before we tell you the results, we have to give you reasons to appreciate what it took to get to those results, right? Shall we bring it on? Super. Thank you. Thank you so much. All right. So let's put out the questions to all jury members and give them an opportunity to answer one at a time. Every single time we have an event, we hold out an event or put out an initiative, there are two questions I ask myself and the team. What went well and what could be better? So let's do exactly that even for now. Okay, starting with you, Chris. What went well in terms of the speeches we've witnessed for the semi-finalists?
Presenting online, we're still trying to adapt to it, right? It's tough. Presentations, leadership, the way public speaking has been done in the past was not through a screen. It was from a real stage with real connections, and you could smell and you could even taste everything, right? And so I thought the audience did, the speakers did really well to adapt to this new digital era. And I noticed where things went wrong, and they were able to adapt very, very quickly. And we all really appreciate that, a professional speaker knowing how to deal with adversity. And so that's one of the things that I felt went really, really well in this group, this cohort. And the other thing was the passion behind the talks. Like that was like next level for me. It was really out of this world. And I really, really appreciated just indulging in that.
Yeah, very well said. Passion and the challenges that online platform can bring along. Yeah, thank you for sharing that, Chris. Jennifer, what do you think went well for all the semi-finalists?
What went well for me was the passion, the excitement, the engagement, and actually going beyond what everyone talks about, because you have people talking about this is what empowerment is, this is what AI is going to do. But we had a really good mix as to what are the different ways in which people could actually look at 2050 becoming an awesome year ahead. As far as the speakers go, I thought they were extremely engaging. There were areas where I felt that there was a lot of excitement, perhaps, that was being shown, that came out, in physicalities. Uh, Possibly, if you could like tone that down. And as Chris says, it's very true. The the attempt to do stuff online, speaking online, as opposed to actually in person, does have an impact on creativity and what all we can actually do. But overall, I think there was brilliance that was shared. The content was exceptional. The enthusiasm was outstanding. Actually, I felt it because I work a lot with, receiving kind of energies, and it was like spot on. Great work. And I think to make it even better, it would be more about the content, perhaps, and also how it is that we can come across with bringing in stories and probably adding a bit of humor.
Yeah, the fun part. The
The
fun
fun
part
part
of
into
functionality.
functionality, I think, is damn good. So let's look at that as well. That's
Yes.
my
Yeah. Yeah. Well said. Well said, Jennifer. So adding to that, Donna, what went well for you and what could be better?
To me, first of all, everyone, I'm not saying this just because for the sake of saying this. You guys are awesome, really. Like I love their how structured it is, how depth. They do really good research, right? And then they really well prepared. If you hear my 4PE method, I believe they already do all the 4P basically. Now only the evaluation state, right? I believe they already pray, they already prepare, they already practice, and they now perform their best. That's my opinion for all of them. So well done. I think the content is depth, a lot of research. I believe a lot of stories as well over there. So really, I can feel that they really put everything into it. That's why I believe you guys do a lot of practice, right? That's why the 4P is already there. From the deepest of my heart, I believe that 100%. But you can answer me. Maybe the speaker can say thumbs up or something if you really do the 4P, right? I believe you do that. I can tell, right? So then probably one thing that I believe if you can improve on, look at the camera. Like that sometimes maybe we forgotten. But again, online is not that easy compared to the in person. But when you look at the camera, the people feel like you are talking to them. However, of course, in human nature, we wanted to look at the people on the screen, right? So we can have the human contact. But to the audience, when it's virtual, when you look at the camera, that is when you have the eye contact, that the real connection happen. So I just wanted to notice that, and that maybe can improve, and it's not that hard to improve as well. Just like constant reminder for yourself. That's all. Thanks.
Completely agree. Completely agree, Donna. Thank you for sharing. Chris, coming back to you, since you talked about what went well, what could be better?
Yeah, so I've got a few things noted down here, and I'll list them out. So one of the things is, when I'm teaching this, it's been always like people are trying to do too much with their talks. They've got too many things they want to achieve, and I came to the essence of it, and really the only one thing that you should really want and try to achieve out of any talk is having the audience want more. Having the people listening to you want more. Because when they want more, that's when they start to engage and ask questions, and that's where the snowball starts to roll. And so ask yourself that question. And when you're giving speeches in the future, like, figure it out. Ask the audience, do you want more of what I just talked about? And that's one of the true KPIs I think a great speech has. And I had this in a couple of the talks today. I'm not going to name people out because there were two or three where I really just wanted them to keep talking. But not all of them had it. So I think that's an area of improvement. Another one was that playfulness that I think Jennifer referred to. Now, I will call one person out. Can I call one person out? That really had me a bit playing, and it was Naveen. His opening. We all felt it. We all laughed, right? And that makes such a big difference. Laughter is the best medicine. And we've all we're all professional public speakers. That dreaded icebreaker at the beginning of your talk, we all skip over it. But that when you can get that right, it creates magic, right? So that's one of the things that could go better. How could you build in an icebreaker early on that really has the audience relax and connect with you? And actually, at that point, they actually want to listen to you speak, right? So those are the two higher things. Practically, there were opportunities in some of the talks to change I with we and really engage the audience as you're speaking through it. I've noticed a couple of opportunities where a we would have had more impact than an I. So think about that for your talk. And then the talks that really did really well for me were the ones that used pauses very effectively. They were able to slow down and pause to drive a key point home. And the power of the pause is so important. So think about that. When you're driving a key point home, think about just pausing. The longer the pause, the more you drive that key point home, right? It helps people keep up with you as well. And as public speakers and online, and it's a 7 minutes, we tend to just go that little bit too fast sometimes. So those were some of the improvement points that I had.
Yeah, very well said. And I think really, really important to know all of this. I hope you're all making notes, right? Have you added what things that you need to be more mindful of? Please put it in the chat. And this is as much of a learning for audience as well, right? I'm sure you hear because you understand that public speaking is one of the most important traits to develop as a leader. And you're sitting with the intention to take away something. There should always be some return on investment, isn't it? And I think the most difficult investment to make is where to invest your time. And you chose to invest your time here. So you got to get some return on it. And that's what we're trying to do collectively, trying to offer some return on that investment. Please make notes, take things back, icebreaker, humor, pause, absolutely. Looking at the camera. And if I could add to the list, given that I had the easiest job in the last 2 days, because all the hard work ended when semifinals started, and then I handed it over to the jury and to the MCs. I think what I'm observing as I look at all the semi-finalists is number one, the humility to put yourself out there, despite being a coach to someone, a mentor to someone else, 30, 40 years of experience. You can put all that behind you and say, hey, you know what? I'm willing to stand and see how far have I come and how far do I need to still go? That takes a lot of humility. And all of you talked about humanity, humility, India 2050. You demonstrated that by being on this stage today. So I really want to recognize that courage to put yourself out there for a competition. And I'm also hoping that it didn't feel like a typical competition. Is that true? Give me true in the chat. Is that true? Was it a typical competition? A typical competition means that you're only worried about your victory. But here I saw all 20 of them as one unit. They were standing together, even though they met each other for the first time. Some of them have never met each other or heard of each other, and they were together as a team. I love that. It was such a delight to witness that. Now, what I think we need to learn and take away from this experience are three things, right? Number one, reading is a big no-no. That includes a teleprompter. As professional as it might be as a device, public speaking is people service. And when you have the intention to serve, you can only serve from your heart. If you don't speak from your heart, no matter how well you have written, how good that English is, and how well it's articulated, no, zero. It doesn't land. It just doesn't land. You sound good. That's it. But that's not what public speaking is about. So reading is not happening. It's a big no-no, right? The second important thing is please allow yourself to bring in some personal stories. Some of you did choose to not do that. We all have a very exhaustive story bank. We don't need to go around looking for stories of great people. Look at your own life. You have so much to share. Donna shared a story from her life, right? And it touched all of us. It touched us. Those stories is what we would always remember when we think of her. And it would make sure that we never forget her because of her story. It's not some famous person. It's you and your story. Bring that into your message. And the third important thing is to always leave your audience with some call to action, like some thought, something that they need to think about, do, act upon, right? That leaves them, that's impact. For me, impact means that I spend 7 minutes listening to you and I want to do something differently at the 8th minute, like the next minute. I'm thinking differently, or my action is different. Like, did that happen after your speech? Is a question you should ask yourself. Some of you pull that off, not all. Right? So when you are planning that structure, think, what is my audience going to take away? What will they do differently? That's when you know impact has landed. Otherwise, it's an impression, good impression. I liked it. It was nice, but that's it. It doesn't move anything. I hope that made sense and it resonates with you when somewhere it is in your notes so that it can help you to create that impact next time you get on a stage. And with that, let me add one last comment that you can never buy a stage. You have to earn it. You have to earn it. Like none of you were asked to make any investment to be here, but you've earned it because of your courage and willingness to show up. So when we earn that opportunity, we got to go 100% prepared, as Donna says. Right? And that preparation will become better when you take these points with you and practice them. All right. So last one question to the jury, and then the results. I know you can't wait to know, but this one question is really, really important. I want you all to know the criteria that was used for selection. Of course, there is a subjective element to it because we are all professional speakers and we should be allowed to bring in that subjectivity. Is that okay? Give me okay in the chat. Is that okay? Because it's a good thing. It's a good thing to be on this side and then use the decades of experience of being a speaker to see what's connecting with me. So I'm going to spell out the 15 criterias which were on paper against which you were assessed. And then I will also invite my jury panel to share their subjective criteria, which I think should be allowed. In fact, is a great value add to have one. Is that okay? Shall I go ahead? Are you saying BIO again? Is that what you're saying in the chat? Are you again going to tell me to bring it on? Yeah, okay. So let's listen to it very carefully, what the criterias were. The criterias were divided into 5 elements. You may want to make a note of it. Okay. Number 1 was the content and relevance. So under content and relevance, we checked on the depth of your thought, what research you have done, and was your talk aligned to the theme? Some of you spoke really well, but you were not talking about India 2050. Was it aligned to the theme? Second pillar is clarity and expression, under which we needed to see, is there a structure in your speech, your language and articulation, and of course, your voice modulation. The third was impact and influence, where it was important for you to create certain level of engagement. What is the impact landing on us and on the audience? And your body language. Body language, extremely important. The fourth pillar is originality and perspective. And let me highlight here, you might have repeated some point that contestant number 4 did or 12 did while you were 15th and 17th. That does not reduce your points on originality. It's not originality compared to the 20. Originality in terms of how original was your thought. And there could be 3 people who thought on similar lines. There is still that score for originality. I hope I'm reaching out to you when it's making sense, right? So under originality, we needed to check how fresh were your ideas, how unique was your viewpoint, and how creative were you in presenting it. Fair? Lastly, overall presence, your confidence, your stage presence, and time management, where you all have scored 10 on 10. Except for, I think, one contestant, everybody else is a 10 on 10. So those were the defined criteria. And now let's quickly know that little subjective quotient which got added to the assessment. Donna, what was that for you?
The first thing is the energy, because we can feel the energy. It's very important to me. Like the modulation, how you really, bring your heart into it, bring your persona, bring your energy. So energy is very important to me. And then to me, the nice speech will always have the V. So you can tell the story when you up and then going down. And that's all energy. And then tell people how you can go up again. So then you are in the top again. So in the stage or the speech, it's nice when you have like really energy to up, and then you can be really sad, up again or something like that. So to me, that's important, especially when you emphasizing something. So people will understand. And I agree with you, the call to action is important. Posting is important, right? But overall, I like when there's a lot of fun of it, like relax. That's the energy. You can be really up, down, funny, witty, silly. You mix all of it because to me everything else is a performance. Maybe because I'm coming from the entertainment background also, everything should be edutainment in my opinion, because then people will remember with the stories, with how you act, how you say it, so it's all energy and performance overall. That's for me. Thank you.
Wonderful, wonderful. Of course, much needed, much needed. Something that we can't put down on paper, but you can just feel it, right? So thank you for sharing. Jennifer, what was that X factor for you?
With the speakers, I think the essential part when you pause, and I liked what Chris said, because if you're wanting to make a statement and you want it to have impact, then taking a pause and actually being in the questioning mode of your audience really does drive the notion home. And of course, not forgetting that everything does not have to be that serious. Seriously, we need to actually bring the fun element in it.
Yeah.
And it is essential that we be present, be you. Oscar Wilde says, be you, because everyone else is taken. So why do we try and be like somebody else? Bring up your uniqueness and shine, because that's what it is all about. You don't have to be, like anybody else. Who are you? And why are you here? Connect to your sweet spot and shine.
Yeah, well
That's what
said. Again, something that we can't assess you on a scale of 10, It's just
Exactly.
either there or it's not there, right?
Exactly.
So that's how we felt about it. Chris, what was it for you?
Yeah, so for me, it was for some of these talks, it was just so close. Like so close. It was deciding between a 9 and a 10. And I'm looking at the sheet now, like there are half a dozen that were just the same scores. It was just so close. So I had to default back to sort of how did they make me feel? Right. And there were 4 of the talks where I literally teared up. I couldn't help myself. I just had to, it felt great. And it actually brought me back to a moment, I think it was mentioned before, some of you came on during the COVID when I literally spoke to over 40,000 Indians during the year of 2020. Many of them were in the slums. It was people just trying to get a leg up in life, and they were connecting online, and they were doing my course, and they were booking calls with me, and I got to speak with people literally in the slums, and I spent hours with them. And then there was this one little girl that came onto one of our calls, and I think her name was Gaggy or something. She was 6 years old from Mumbai, and she came in. She'd already written 3 books at 6 years old, and she came in and she delivered a 3-minute speech that just literally you could hear the pin drop. Nobody could do or say anything. Everyone broke down. I think there were 40 or 50 of us on the call. A 6-year-old girl that just came in and just blew us away. And since that moment, it's just that power of creating an emotional connection in your audience. I will remember Gaggy until the day I die. Like the stronger the connection, the stronger the memory retention. If you can hit people at a strong enough emotional level, they will remember you to their grave.
True that.
And if there's a very powerful learning point behind that emotion, that is true memory retention. They will never forget what you said. So that's what I had to default to, is how did they make me feel? And that's what made the difference for me in the scores that were just so close.
Yes, true.
Yeah, absolutely.
That.
Absolutely. Again, something very difficult to put in numbers. You can just feel it. Right.
Yeah.
So I hope this was of value. Was it of value? Let's have value in the chat. Are you taking away some value from the semifinals? It's not just a contest. It's also a learning opportunity, isn't it? And I'm hoping that you're taking some value in learning something from your presence here. Wonderful. Okay, so without much ado, shall we roll out the top 10, for which I would love the gallery view, please. Can we all please be in the gallery so I can see everybody present here? I'm sure all my 20 semi-finalists are with the videos on. Yeah, so let's see them all in the gallery. And as I pull up the sheet and call out the names, I would want that individual to be put in the spotlight. Team, can we manage that, please? So everybody in the gallery, and as I take the names, just keep adding them to the spotlight. You can remove us from the spotlight. They have to take the spotlight now. Yeah, okay, none of us. Remove me. Just the gallery view. And now the top 10 will take on the stage. And I'm taking a promise from the rest, including the audience, that you will join us for the grand finale in August. Is that a promise? Give me promise in the chat. Give me promise. Irrespective of the results, I want that promise from you because you've been part of this journey. So it's incomplete without your presence there. Thank you. Thank you so much. Okay, the first person in no particular order to be put in the spotlight, who's made it to the top 10 of the first ever PowerSpeak Championship India 2026 is Astha Tatia. Clap, clap, clap. Congratulations, Astha. Congratulations, Astha. Joined by Sumit Puri. Congratulations, Sumit, for being in the top 10. Hina Azad. Many congratulations, Hina. You're in top 10. Naveen, of course, our heart is still beating. We still feel the emotions of your speech, Naveen. Very well done. Very well done. If I may add, he always keeps saying how proud he is of me. Today is the moment when I'm proud of him as his teacher, as his coach. He's an EPSM graduate. And it's such an honor to see you in top 10. Many congratulations, Naveen. The next person in top 10 is Amya Pradhan. Congratulations, Amya. I feel that some of your students were in the room as well. They were going, Amya, sir, you were very good, right? And you were. And that's what brings you to top 10. Samir, please join us in the top 10. Would love to see you up on the stage with all the energy and India that you are sharing with us. And we love that. So thank you so much for your energy. Many congratulations, Richa Agarwal. Congratulations, Richa Agarwal. You've made it to the grand finale. Let's keep clapping and putting out hearts and congratulatory notes in the chat. Archana, this list was incomplete without having Archana there. Very, very well done, Archana. Many congratulations. Of course, the audience choice is also the jury choice. Raksha is in top 10. Raksha, many congratulations for making it to the finale. And the last name is a difficult one because, like I said, others were so close. So let's have some little bit of guesswork. Who is the last in the top 10 we need to add? We should be adding. This person has to be there as much as everyone else should be in this list as well. Who is this last person? Any guesses? Any guesses? Let's see in the chat. Who is missing from the top 10? And the right answer is Megha Bansal. Clap, clap, clap. Many congratulations to all 10. Astha, Sumit, Hina, Naveen, Amya, Samir, Richa, Archana, Raksha, and Megha. We will see you for the grand finale on stage, competing to be at the podium. I will tell you what will make this finale even more special, other than your presence. But I also want to acknowledge and congratulate Soumiditya, Shilpa Nayak, PC Upadhyay, Vandana, Primrose, Richa Vahi, Ashmita, Alka, Shiv Shankar, and Aparna for giving out such a tough competition and making our jury sweat. That's what you did. So many congratulations for doing that. It wasn't easy, given their experience, for them to sit and struggle to decide the top 10. And that became a struggle because you were so good. All right, let's look at the top 10 now. And I will give about a few seconds to each one to quickly share how they're feeling. Astha, quickly unmute. Are they able to? You can just allow everyone to unmute now the back end so we can do this quickly. Yes. Astha, it's
Hi,
not a winning speech, But how
Yeah.
do you feel?
Yeah, thank you so much. I feel immensely grateful, deeply enriched. I feel this was a beautiful experience. Thank you so much for this opportunity. Gratitude is what's coming up right now. Thank you.
Wonderful. Sumit.
Same here, absolute gratitude and so thankful for this platform. And I loved the energy, loved the participants. Thank you again. I think Yukti, and also the jury. I loved it. I really found so much value in all of this. So much. Thank you.
Wonderful. Hina?
Hi, a lot of sense of responsibility because it's the first one we are going for, and all the feedback and the pointers that have been discussed by the jury, it comes as a lot of reflection and what is expected in the final, especially competing with such amazing talent. I'm overwhelmed, excited, but very responsible in the feeling too.
Well said. Well said. Naveen?
I'm feeling happy, but I'm also feeling broken because none of my friends are here. I thank all my friends who have helped me to reach this stage, and I wanted someone from my team also to be here.
And
I'm
now
sorry.
you're making new friends, Naveen, while all other friends will be in the room because they are friends, and that's what friends do. They stand tall with you, right? That's all right. I absolutely understand and respect your emotion, Naveen. We're all one family. He's talking about other EPSM graduates who were part of the competition. And honestly, as a coach, it breaks my heart too. But then we need to expand it and allow others to take on some space in our hearts, isn't it? And
Which
that's what
position will you?
every one of you
No order.
has
No,
made
like which order?
more space in my heart.
order at all. How did they
Okay,
announce it?
Raksha. Yeah, somebody is questioning you. No, no, what's
My
happening?
son is interrogating me.
It's okay.
And he is super thrilled because you know how children are the greatest critics, and he's also partly responsible for my victory today. Thank you so much, Yukti, for putting this together. I don't know. I think the judges were incredible. Your team was incredible. Everything went so seamlessly. And somehow I've met them for the first time, but I just feel like they're all like friends. And it's just an incredible feeling. So much gratitude to all of you. Thank you so much. Looking forward to being in Mumbai.
Yeah, thank you. And we look forward to meeting your son for the finale. Yeah, get him
Yes,
along.
he will be
Okay?
here.
All right. Sameer.
I just want to say that whatever happened today, it wasn't me. It was blessing of everyone present over here. That's it. I don't want to take any credit for it because of the people it happened. I am really grateful to everyone and God bless all of you.
It's always people, right? Without audience, we are not speakers. We are nothing without our audience, right? So it is the love of our audience and supporters that brings us here. Thank you. Very well said, Sameer. Richa?
Thank you, everyone. Firstly, the judges, thank you, everyone, and the organizers and the whole team, the MCs who have been continuously engaging us for not just yesterday, but even today. So yes, thank you to everyone. A heartfelt thank you to everyone from the bottom of my heart. And yes, to you, Yukti. Thank you so much. It really means a lot. And thank you all. And all the very best. And see you all in Mumbai. Thank you.
Absolutely. You deserved your spot here, Richa. Very well done today. Archana.
Thank you so much. I did not expect myself in finale, but when I see myself right here in the spotlight, I believe that I'm ready to serve even to the largest stages now. And and the responsibility is even more now. And I'm so happy and grateful to be here on this platform. Thank you so much, Yukti ma'am, and thank you all the judges who were so incredible and gave so much of value in this, which wasn't like it was a master class. To whenever we want to get to that level. So thank you so much. And without the right audience, speakers are nowhere. And I'm so grateful that I was able to really touch their hearts, and I'm ready even more to make it further. Thank you.
Wonderful. All the best, Archana. All the very best. Amya? Let's hear it from you. 1 second. You're not able to unmute? Yeah, go ahead now, please.
Yeah, so first and foremost, thank you so much, Yukti and the jury, for making this possible. This is the first time I'm hearing that we're having PowerSpeak Championship. So truly privileged to be part of the final. Congratulations to everyone who's spoken over the last 2 days. It's been brilliant listening to all of you. getting more perspectives. And, I just want to say one thing. Today, what happened wouldn't have been possible unless it was a call from my friend Abhijit Sansli. He's there listening to me. He pushed me and said that please, please, please go ahead and participate in this. So Abhijit, wherever you are, I know if you're seeing me, not seeing me, thank you so much. Dil se, next time I meet you, I'm going to give you a big bear hug. And looking forward to meeting everyone on 9th of August. All the best. God bless.
Wonderful. And, you are hearing of PowerSpeak Championship for the first time because it's happened for the very first time. So that's what the MCs were trying to pull off with you all yesterday. How many of you are here for the first time? Because this is the first ever PowerSpeak Championship and you are part of history, my dear. Right? So when we are looking at our 10th and 11th year, you will be called upon to just honor as the founding members of PowerSpeak Championship, right? Okay, and that's when it would have already gone global, which it is with the presence of our jury panel. So congratulations, Amir, once again. Megha.
Hello, Yukti. Is it audible?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Yukti, my first and foremost thank you goes to Abhijit sir. Because honestly speaking, I was not aware about this community. I was not aware about this SBY and what is this all about. He was the
Our
only
marketing
one.
sucks.
Truly, truly, truly. So I am
It
truly
doesn't
grateful,
actually.
first of all,
Yeah, it
to
doesn't because
Abhijit
we
sir.
have people like Abhijit. Yeah.
Yes, he only introduced me to this community. And my deepest gratitude first to Abhijit sir. And then my second gratitude to the judges who listened us so patiently since yesterday. It takes a lot of courage and deep insights to listen to 20 speakers in just 2 days span. And oh my God, so heartfelt gratitude to the judges. And then what comes next? The Yukti and your team. I know that how many times we have bothered them that yes, we are not able to do this, we are not able to upload the videos. Oh my God, n number of questions, and they are ready always to listen to us. So Yukti is it's like a goosebumps for me. And thinking that yes, I would be going to finale in Mumbai. Yes, it's like a different moment for me.
Beautiful. Please savor this moment and come to the city. Let's celebrate you. Let's celebrate public speaking together. I don't see one person on the screen. I'm assuming you don't have that person here right now. But in the meantime, can we please add the jury members on the screen? Please keep the top 10 on the screen. Just add the jury members, please. Because as Megha rightly said, the amount of effort they have made is unimaginable, very difficult, selflessly contributing towards someone else's growth, whether it is a growth of PowerSpeak Championship stage or your growth as speakers. They have invested a lot of time just supporting the cause of public speaking. And that is what speaks of this entire fraternity of speakers. Right? If you are getting into this space of professional speakers, please know that being a giver is the first prerequisite. Being a giver is what it takes to be a good speaker. And thank you so much for all that you have given to us. Chris, Donna, Jennifer, you were amazing, amazing. I couldn't have had better jury than you guys. And we got to know each other just a few days back, right? And we've connected so beautifully. And that's because we share this common passion for public speaking and also the respect that we have of each other, given that we all are trying our bit to contribute, to give, to add value. Thank you so much. You added immense, immense value to this platform. I cannot thank you enough.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much.
Thank
Thank you.
Shall we
Thank
also bring on screen these people who just don't stop talking, do they? Deepak and Neeti, the MCs of the event, and Sakshi, if we have Sakshi here, please add her to the spotlight as well. So proud of you. You did a fantastic job. I always say MC is the heart of the show, right? You keep it all together. You make sure your audience is right in the middle of everything that's happening, right? So lots of love, Deepak, Neeti, and Sakshi. Very, very, very well done. Thank you for all the effort you've put in without asking for anything in return. Let me please add, there is no transaction here. There is just love and respect. And that's what I respect the most. Thank you so much for being such givers. Beautiful. Beautiful work done, Deepak. Amazing, Niti. Very well done. You should be super proud of yourself.
Thank you.
Thank you. And now let's add on this screen a few people who don't like coming in the spotlight. Can we please bring in Deepashri, Diya Jain, Tanya Bhattacharya, and Preetam Sinha? Come on the screen. What have you guys been doing? I don't understand. How did you pull it off so well? That's my team, and without them, I am nothing. I say that with no exaggeration. I have just been the face of it all. All the work has been done by them. Very, very well done. Deepashri, Diya, Tanya, Preetam, I'm missing him on the screen. Thank you so much. You were truly, simply amazing. Wade, let's pour some love out in the chat for all the jury, the MCs, and Team SBY for making the first ever PowerSpeak Championship a huge, huge, huge success at a semi-final level. Waiting to celebrate the finale with you. And now join me to convince Chris, Jennifer, and Donna to come to India for the finale. Can you do that? It'll be so incomplete without them, isn't it? So please use your persuasive skills, persuasive communication. Put it out in the chat that they have to be there, because we really will miss you if we don't have your presence on 9th of August. If you can turn things around and make it happen, oh my God, it'll be the best thing that could happen for us. We should also be expecting a few more things at the finale. We will have a celebrity chief guest, as much as all of you are celebrities in the making yourself. Okay, but we'll bring in a celebrity chief guest. We will have a professional speakers jury panel, like how you experienced in the semifinals. We will have top 10 competing to make it to the podium. And here is the important point. The finalists will not be talking about vision anymore. They need to move from vision to vulnerability. Okay, so the theme for the finale is the power of vulnerability. I don't want you to talk the science of it. I want you to show it. Right?
Nice.
So you need to exhibit the power. Is that a fair thing, my judges? Do you think that's a good theme to have?
Love it. The power of vulnerability.
Vulnerability.
Yes.
Very
Okay, so
important.
let's move from Vision India 2050 to the power of being vulnerable. Bring your hearts out, talk your heart, and make us feel it. That's the challenge for you to crack the finale and make it to the podium. With that, we conclude the semifinals of PowerSpeak Championship. How I wish the time could stay still in this moment and we could continue to just be here and keep talking and keep learning. But at this point, I will let you go back to enjoy and celebrate what we just created together, and waiting to see you for the finale on 9th August in Mumbai. The details will follow. Stay in the group because everything will flow in there. Thank you so much, everyone. God bless you all. Thank you for being you. Thank you.
Bless you, Yukti, for creating something so brilliant.
Thank you. Thank you, Jennifer. Wasn't possible without you all. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you,
And God bless.
everyone. Congratulations.
Thank you.
God bless you. Bye.
God bless you.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Thank you.
Thank you.
I loved it. Thank you so much. Great.
Pleasure. Thank you.